everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about is better returns than the stock market possible? We're going to find out. Run from the banks, runs, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, a little bit of credit because you're going to need that in the future, no matter how you slice it. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here once again on a Monday night live stream. And please share the video if at all possible. Everybody here on the YouTube channels, on the Snapchats, on Twitter, on the podcast, on all of the platforms, Facebook, please share with other people. Let them know that we have some information for them that can help their financial present and future. Now, without further ado, let's get into a few things, something different tonight, because I rarely talk about the SSN Nation gear. And tonight, I figured, why not? We got to start business talk, right? That's what part of Stop Struggling Now is. So I said, you know what? I never hardly show the Stop Struggling Now merch page. I also put it down in the chat room so you can scroll through the chat room and see for yourself. There's a link, but here's some of the items. Nobody's coming to save you. Hard work equals entrepreneur, SSN Nation hats, and F Average Be Legendary hats as well. No fear, no excuses. And once again, some other hard work equals entrepreneur hoodies, t-shirts, and some more hoodies. Emerging millionaires like what I'm wearing tonight. And CEO of My Life, different colors in Emerging Millionaire, and yoga pants even, and the peach color CEO of My Life, and a ladies versions as well. So I figured, you know what, I might as well show that. There's a link in the chat room. I've left it down there. Now, without further ado, let's get into it tonight, shall we? Jaway J is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. I thank you so much for that, being a member of the channel. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Received notification and saw the trailer. That's one person tonight. Let's see if we can break the record. That would be greatly appreciated. Now we have Auntie Val in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. She too has the icon next to her name, and she brings her tagline this evening. Good evening, fam. With the heart, with the strength, with the cup of beachfront Java in the house. And the tagline, got the notification and saw the trailer. That's two people this evening. Thank you so much for that. And also, in case you're new here in these YouTube streets, she's also known as AKA Professor. That's right, Professor Auntie Val. And she started her entrepreneur journey with the coffee, the beachfront Java coffee. And we're lucky enough to have her here, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because not only does she bring her information and expertise and some financial information and news, that's one. But number two, the world's number one rated drink, coffee. She has started Beachfront Java. So go show some love at Beachfront Java. And I remind you, use the promo code every time you're going to make an order. SSN Lifestyle. Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Bring some of that Beachfront Java coffee from premium blends from around the world. The beans, the fine ground, the drip ground, the Keurig. She has it all, and soon tea. to get that whole mojo going when you wake up in the morning and when you're going throughout your day. Complete wellness situation, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Coffee, tea equals wellness, along with a few other things. Go to Beachfront Java. Use that promo code SSN Lifestyle. You want to know why? Because after your first order, every order thereafter, you will get 10% off. But you got to remember the SSN Lifestyle promo code. It's pretty simple. So go over there. And the premium blends are from Africa, Indonesia. She's got it from Peru, Honduras. That's Central America. You know, those coffee beans are awesome, especially in those tropical zones and climates. So again, check her out. Beachfront Java has something for everybody. And she's part of the fam. So go show that love, ladies and gentlemen. Free shipping in the United States. That's right. Another added bonus. So go make that order. All right, Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he brings his tagline. Hello, Eric. He says, let's do this. And that's what he's going to be saying on his retirement coming up soon. He's going to be saying, let's do something else. And he's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, travel around the world, have that little drone going. And we will hopefully have some video footage from his drone footage, and he might start that YouTube channel as well. So thank you, Victor Marrero, for being in the house once again. Auntie Val, Professor says, just checking in, we'll be monitoring storm coverage tonight. Yes, hopefully everybody in Florida will be safe. We don't know where that storm's headed. I just find it very interesting that these storms are going in a northern direction lately. One came from almost Venezuela up through Dominican Republic. Now one's coming again from almost like Mexico. And that's going north. It's not going northeast like most storms do. They normally curl around, but they're going in a northern track, which would be very good for Florida in this case, because right now it's in the Gulf of Mexico. It's supposed to land somewhere like, unfortunately, through Tallahassee is one of the tracks. So hopefully it stays out in the ocean, and I don't know where is a good spot to land, but hopefully there's hardly any damage, but we know there will be. So thank you for that. I don't blame you. Todd Mack is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, and he brings a simple tagline: peace. Peace to you as well. Peace to everybody. That's what we need here around the world. Thank you so much for the succinct tagline. Vanessa Comagate is here, also known as the Seamless Genius. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to her name. She brings her tagline this evening. Hey, boss and SSN fam, everybody be safe out there. Exactly. No matter where you turn, whether it's storms, whether it's tornadoes, whether it's hurricanes, whether it's wildfires, whether it's other people, things are getting out of hand. All right. We need love around the world. Professor from Victor Marrero says, I think you're pretty safe down there. We're a little concerned up here in Tampa, Orlando area. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's showing that it's going to come across that little section up there. Could be Tallahassee, could be Tampa. That's where the tracks are mostly going through. It looks like it's going to bypass the southwest coast for a change and enter somewhere around that Tallahassee, Tampa, which means that's an Orlando track as well. Not good. Not good at all. So hopefully this thing stalls somehow, or I don't know, but this is crazy. And this is number one that could be striking Florida, I think, for the year. All right. So we will see. Let's see what else we got. And or having a little glitchy glitch. Vanessa Comagate, I'm going to read some of the messages because we have a glitch. If I get terminated, you guys know I'll have to come back. Hey, Auntie Val, my ex is near Tampa. He's getting sandbags for his properties. Can't blame him on that. Can't blame him at all. That's how you have to be prepared. It's hey, Florida. If you live in Florida, you pretty much have to be prepared every year. You know what the criteria is. You know all of that. Auntie Val says, hope you all set and prepared, Victor. Exactly. Yeah, you have to. I hear it's going to be in like 2 or 3 days before it hits there, but hope you're all set. We're all praying at Victor. Exactly. That's exactly right. This is going to be, who knows what's going to happen over the next 24, 48 hours. Yep, my friends. Yep, my friends too, sis. Exactly. Georges Charles is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He too has the icon next to his name. He says, I smell money. That's what his tagline is. He's in the room where the money is to be made. We're talking about earn better returns than the stock market. How can you do that? A run from the banks by the consumer. You guys might want to think about it like I've already said this over the years. Don't keep money in a bank. I'm just saying, keep what just you need in a bank. Everything else needs to be in an asset that's providing you some return on your money. Because one day there will be snatching of your money from the banks. We just don't know when. And you also know the economy generally goes down one way or another, then pops back up for a little long run. We know what's going to happen. Georges Charles, the money is in the house. The emerging millionaire, he's here in the house. Hey, y'all, Victor Marrero, he says it. 30-year mortgage interest rate today is 7.6% up from 7.5 just early last week. Unfortunately, the American dream is fading away. Unless you have plan B, I hate to say it, but it's over for many folks. Exactly. The middle class wipeout is almost complete. We've been talking about this for 4 or 5 years, and people were like, what does he keep meaning, the middle class wipeout? It's happening before your very eyes, and you don't realize it. In fact, I should have put this on because today, if you were on social media, you would have seen something that I dropped regarding 50 years, the difference. Page, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly right. You guys don't understand. There's going to be 40-year mortgages. They're already out. That's what's going to be the standard in about a year, right? That'll be a standard. People are going to be like, oh, I can get a 7 point whatever, and I can get a 40-year note. Well, you don't really want to do that, quite frankly. I'm just saying. So let me see if I can pull up this right here. The American dream. Let me see if I can look at this. I want you guys to see this right here. Look at the American dream. Can you guys hold on? Let me take Victor off the screen here real quick. See, get a lower section because look at the American dream, right? Is this American dream? Look at this, 50 years, 1973, right, to 2023. Look at the difference. College tuition, $2,000. Now college tuition, $37,000. A new car, $3,400. Now $48,000. New home, $30,000. Now it's the average price, $416,000. Annual salary, $10,000. Now annual salary, $70,000. Look at this, the bottom line, 40% income paid to debt. It's the same, but look how much to pay off the debt. From 11 years, which is your first lifetime, to 43 years, ladies and gentlemen. Has anybody done the math real quick? 43 plus 18? Oh, man. Oh, that makes me feel sick. 59 years old, it's going to take you to pay off your debt, and the middle class wipeout is almost complete. You have to be on the money-making program. Your money has to work for you. It's at an all-time high. So you can't take these high risk anymore. You can't keep buying these liabilities. That car that they're talking about for $48,000, where the average payment is $735 per month, you're going to need that 700 and something per month and put into some money return. How do we do that? Okay, we talk stock market here tonight. We'll get into it here shortly. So again, this is the type of thing that goes by so slow. People don't realize this. Again, your parents, your grandparents go, I don't know what the problem is. You make 5 times as much, 10 times as much as me. Well, yeah, in $10,000 annually in 1970, yeah, but you can make $50,000 now and you're still going, hey, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and they're doing this. I don't know why you can't afford it. You make like 5, 6, 7 times as much as me, 10 times as much as me. I'm like, it costs 10 times more than when you were working. This is crazy. You don't realize it. It goes by slowly. It's a slow burn, but it comes ahead. That's why we have 63, 64% of the people in America living paycheck to paycheck. This is also why you have 2,600 billionaires on the planet out of 8 billion people. That ought to tell you one thing right there. That's less than 1%. That's less than 0.1%. That's how sick this is. All right. They control 50% of the wealth in the world. Meanwhile, we have people starving, right? So think about this. You don't want to be a statistic because you could be. All it takes is you losing your job or getting your streams of income shut down, shut off. That's all it takes. And it could be something as simple as the bank run. Our weather patterns are getting stranger. Yes, Vanessa Comagate, because people are people. They would live on an island if full of trees. They'll chop down all the trees and then say, how can we get off the island when they could have built a boat the whole time? Right? That's what we do as human beings. When somebody says, hey, guys, the world is kind of heating up, water temperatures are getting high, that means more hurricanes. That means you're changing the weather pattern. And then you're in denial by saying, oh, no, all that oil, all this toxic stuff, all this stuff we put in the water and put in the air has no effect on the environment. Nah, don't worry. This has happened before. The earth heats up. It cools down. Don't worry about what the scientists have said, even though it's like 90% of the science. Hey, guys, wake up real fast. We have problems. And by the way, does anybody know that the actual water level is rising? Because, you know, the polar caps are melting is one thing. Just so you guys understand, economics will impact you. So one day, South Florida won't be there. It'll be underwater. It's already happening, actually. I still tell people when you go to South Beach, you hear these pumps as you're driving on the road when your top's down and windows down and you don't pay no mind. But they actually have pumps at South Beach that you don't realize. There's people that they don't market that are trying to sell their homes. They're already like 6, 7 inches sloshing through water. But they can't sell their homes, of course, because people who come to visit are sitting there going, hey, how come you have 6, 7 inches of water before you get to your doorstep? What's happening here? It's already happening. They just keep it quiet, right? So all I'm saying is you guys got to pay attention because this is going to affect your future. And it's going to be bad. So we will find out how soon. So that's why you have to start thinking, where are you going to live if there's water rises, if weather patterns change a little bit? Do you really think the desert in California was desert like thousands of years ago? It wasn't. Do you think Africa was all desert? Not all Africa is desert, but do you think the amount of desert they have there in Saudi Arabia, Africa, and the Middle East, you think that was all desert? Come on. Some of the parts of the Bible is true. Some of those rivers they're talking about, they used to be over there in the Middle East. All right. Full of water. So all I'm saying is just pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, and prepare. Get yourself straight. Get yourself some land that you can get. You already know to go to Discount Lots. Ariam Kaye's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He says Big Dog is here. That's very happy to hear. Good evening, Eric and all SSN Nation family. Good evening to you and your family, and appreciate you being here. Let's talk investments. You have to, ladies and gentlemen. We have to talk about it. All right, let's do it. I love the sound of that. We are getting to the investments. In fact, I've been lagging a little bit. Let me get up to speed because we got to get returns on the stock market. We got to talk, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to understand something. Here's what you are doing right now. This is what most people are doing that work at a place, at a location. They say, hey, come sign these 401k papers, right? You're giving your money to somebody else. They're taking a fee that you don't care about because they're telling you things like this. Let me go find something here. Let me go look at, I want to do, yeah, I'm going to bring up, I have a lot of things to discuss. This is stock market talk. Okay, you guys know we talk about dividend investing. I'll give you some like we always do. I just can't remember off the top of my head anymore. You know, I'm getting old, senile, everything's kicking in. So you guys know the favorites, AGNC. A is in Apple, G is in George, N is in Nancy, C is in Charles. Victor Marrero's here. So I'm going to talk about his M for Marrero. M as in Marrero, V is in Victor, O is in Oscar, because MVO Oil Trust, you know, oil, they give you dividends as well, ladies and gentlemen. They're over 10%. Keep in mind, what I'm giving you is over 13%, 14, 15, 16% ORC. Over 14, 15% return on dividend money that you put in one time. And now, since they pay monthly, you get to use that dividend to buy more stocks, which now means your compounded rate is higher than just the 16, 14, 17%. And you're getting more stock without having to put any more money in. I love it. Now, we're going to get into some other things as well. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to bring this up. Let me see here. Where are we? Here we go. Average return of the S&P 500 for the past 30 years has been 10%. 10% enough, ladies and gentlemen? Well, in the last 3 years, 10% sure isn't enough when you have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100% increase on gas, oil, energy, grocery, everyday items. They've increased more than 10% in price, ladies and gentlemen, right? So you're still behind the 8 ball. Now, we're going to add insult to injury here shortly because I'm going to actually go show something that I just could not believe. But here we go. Here's the deal. 40 years. Yes, it is only, ladies and gentlemen, because when you really think about it, this is not compounded. This is only compounded the next year. So in other words, the first year, let's say I earn 11.6. So every year we earn 11.6, but I have $10,000 in there. That's $1,160. Now, or 10,000 or $11,600. The next year I get 11.6 again. Okay? So that's pretty simple to understand. So we'll get another like $1,200 added to it. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, the last 10 years, we're at 12.74. Now, I don't know where people were from 2012 to like 2019, but the stock market went up more than 13%, right? And then when the stock market went down, when there was COVID, you had plenty of opportunities because they went down so far that then when they came back up, they went way past 20% in most instances. And now we're back up on the rise. So just keep this in mind. I have other things. Let me see if this is something I want to go to just yet. Because here's the thing that sucks. In fact, I won't even get into that right now. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go over to my favorite location, Investopedia, right? Oh, and by the way, I'll give you some more of those dividend stocks. I forgot ARR. You want those over 13, 14%? Yeah, you can beat the market, ladies and gentlemen, with dividend funds. How about ARR and high risk IVR? Yeah, they're going to beat the market right now because you already saw those numbers for the Standard & Poor. All right, George's Charles has a great time at Dominican Republic. Went to check on my friend's land in La Romana. All right, I like to hear that. This is beautiful. Beautiful to hear in the DR. I was trying to figure out, did you go to Primavera Fort and go check out that beach? That's what I wanted to hear about, especially that because it looks so beautiful. All right, Victor Morrell says that Auntie Val and Vanessa Cumbergate, thank you. We're ready as much as we can. Storms coming on the west side of Florida, so unpredictable. Exactly. That's what happened to Eon, which took a hard right at last minute. Exactly, Victor Morrell. That's why whenever I see it go, we've seen this playbook before by these storms. All of a sudden, it was supposed to hit like this one up north, and the next thing you know, it went straight Naples, Fort Myers, Lehigh Acres. All of a sudden, poof. I'm like, that's what I expect to the right, but these are so unpredictable, nobody knows. But that's why everybody has to be prepared. So yes, make sure you and your family are going to be very safe, Victor Morrell, and everybody in Florida, pretty much, who's especially running up the west to the middle of the state. That's pretty scary to me. I mean, this is crazy. Being a California guy, it's just weird that you have these hurricanes. The first year when I went out there to Florida to hang out, because I normally just go in the summertime, or not even summer, just January, February, March, April. That's how I used to go. But after I stayed there and these hurricanes were coming, I was just like, I never even thought about hurricanes coming. It's kind of weird when you don't deal with it. So anyhow, here we go. That was the first salvo that I wanted to give everybody. But the next one is we have to go to Investopedia. And for some reason, I can't find my, oh, here we go. You guys know it's one of my favorites. You know, we have to go to Investopedia. This is where it gets me right here. This gets me right here because this is not even cool when you really think about it. So let me show you this right here. I also visited a resort, La Romana, called Playa Nuevo Romana. Beautiful resort. Got me thinking of Cruise on Land in Larimar City. But all I can say is they're like, it's like in Bahia Principe, I believe that's how you pronounce it, at La Romana. So they have 400 room hotels. They have it looks like a marina or an inlet for water. So that's cool. Looks like they had a little tennis courts or something, and they have a beach club. And I can't remember if they had much else, but they have where rooms, ladies and gentlemen, cost like $1,000 per night, $400 per night, depending on when you're staying there. And then if you want to do all inclusive, that you can do it for like another $75, $80, $90, $100 per night per person, depending on your room type and what all inclusive you get. But ordinarily, you don't get anything, not much. I mean, you can go to the pools and things like that, but it doesn't include meals and all that. And I'm sitting there licking my chops, thinking of all those resorts they're building right now. I should say condo hotel resorts in the Dominican Republic and around the world, where people can actually stay in condos with all these amenities. Well, only certain mega projects. And then you have everything right there. So you don't have to, you live in somewhat of an all-inclusive, but it's not all-inclusive. But it's nice when he says Cruise on Land, Larimar, Vista Con is another one in Dominican Republic. We'll talk about TRX Exchange. I haven't done the challenge number 4 yet, so we won't talk about number 4, Ellen Icon in Greece, in Athens, Greece. Once you're there, you can dine, you can eat, you can be in the water. You got beach clubs, you got golf, you got sports complex, you got equestrians, depending on where you're staying. And in case of Cruise on Land, you got a freaking amusement park now. Yes, Cruise on Land, racetrack, car track in there now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they've changed up their model. They've actually moved things around a little bit. In fact, I'll have to drop a video on that tomorrow. Now, let's get back to the La Romana. And we're going to talk a bit about the Standard & Poor first, because we got to deal with the earned better returns in the stock market. I've given you a few ideas that can get you started. And we can go with JEPI and we can go with JEPQ, because that's a Fed bank. That's JP Morgan stuff. JEPI, JEPQ. Those are 10.4, 10.5, or 11% right now, which keeps you within the ETF range, that Standard & Poor range. All right, very nice. La Romana. Yep, so you were hanging with the loaded money people. Exactly. Casa de Campo is right there. Exactly. We're talking J-Lo, Mark Anthony, Affleck, Vin Diesel level. Exactly. And Jay-Z, Beyonce owns it. Casa de Campo as well. A lot of stars on there. You guys know how stars are. Once stars live in one location, they say, hey, it's gated, it's community. They know stars are coming in. We get treated like royalty. And nobody knows when we go in and out. So we're hanging in this location. That's a beautiful thing. But yes, that's the area where prices have already escalated. Villas, 400,000, 700,000, 600,000. But again, that's in La Romana. I just want to know, once again, maybe George's Charles will tell us how long it took him to get there. I made a few contacts. I'll send more pics to Eric to post next time. This weekend got me excited about my properties. That's what I was getting ready to say. I showed them Cruz and Larimar. They were impressed. Yes, that's the whole point. Here's the whole point, ladies and gentlemen, that we've been making about this real estate. So La Romana is where the money people hang out. Let me just get things clear. You can invest in La Romana. You can invest in Cap Cana. You can invest wherever you want in high-end locations. But most people, when they start thinking second homes or third homes, 600,000, 500,000, 700,000 for a home that you're going to visit maybe a month, a year at max, that's not an ideal scenario, right? So the properties are higher because it's a little more upscale and it's built that way. But what if you can buy properties at 100,000, 200,000, and if you buy the right properties, what if they're worth 500,000, 600,000, 700,000? Why? They're not in La Romana, they're not in Cap Cana, but that's because of the amenities that you have at your location. That matters greatly. And the more you have, the more reason people want to stay there, live there, and visit there. Like I said, all-inclusive resorts line up all over the world. When we go, I've never been to Cancun. When people go to Cancun, like I said before, even though I have places that I can have people stay in Cancun, there's just no way I can win when there's like two people generally, 50, $200 all-inclusive per night. The hotel is damn near given away from them for free. I mean, it's so cheap. So even if I tried to charge them 150, 200 a night, there's no reason they should take it. So I'm just like, hey, just go get the all-inclusive. Because if you're going to spend $250, $300 a night, at least you have a roof over your head and all the inclusive activities, right? So that makes sense. So these type of things come into play when you start having condos, like when they now do in Tulum and they have that train that can go up and down the coast. That changes the whole game, because now people are going, well, I don't have to stay over here in this little hotel. It's all inclusive. I'll go stay down at Tulum. And I can still take the train and come up here, and at Tulum, I'm just going to pay $100 a night. And food isn't all that expensive when I'm in Tulum. So that's how it all works out. They start rationalizing, holy smokes, why am I going to spend $1,000 per night? Why am I going to spend $800 per night? Unless you have the extra disposable income. Most people aren't like that anymore. Anyhow, let's get into this right here. We'll get into that a little bit, but let's get back to the stock market situation, because now I'm about to put some tears in people's eyes, because you guys know I do 20 years as increments. That's a lifetime. So like when you're 0 through 18 to 20, that's one lifetime. Then you start getting into your 20s, 30s, and then in your mid 30s, 40s, you're like, that's a whole nother lifetime, because what you've done from 20 to 40 is a whole different thing, right? You've gained more knowledge, you gained more experiences, you change the way you may think. Then when you're 40 to 60, now all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, what am I going to do after retirement? I've already worked at this place maybe 17, 18 years. I think I might retire. Am I going to stay here? What am I going to do? And what am I going to do in about 18 to 22, 25 years? That's another lifetime. So you have a few lifetimes, right? Now, I want you to pay attention to this right here, because this is not even, I don't even find this happy to say anything about. Let me see if I have this marked. I didn't mark it at all. So here's here it is right here. Look at this. Fast fact. If you invested $10,000 on the first trading day of January 2001 in the S&P 500, it would have been worth around 45,227 by the end of 2022. Okay, that's a lifetime. To me, what's happened between 2000 and 2022, let's get things in perspective. Cars were somewhere like that Honda Accord type prices, 13, 14,000. So due to inflation, this $45,000, I haven't ran the numbers, but it would be hard pressed to find how this is actually a good thing 20 years later. Yes, it's $35,000 more. This is true. But in reality, how much are you gaining when food costs from 2000? In 2000, if I went to the store and bought $100 worth of stuff, I left with double digits in bags. Let's just put it what it is. 130, 150 bucks. I got like 12, 13 bags of food. Let's get real. Today, 100 bucks might get me one bag and a half. That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Huge difference. Gas, $1, $1.20 or something like that. If that, 99 cents maybe. Now look, $3, $4, $5, $6, depending on where you live in the West. It's crazy. Huge differences. So that 10,000 needs to be 4 times the amount damn near just to break even. So I'm just saying, this is why you have to consider the S&P's one thing, dividend investing where you're reinvesting, where your money's making more money. If you put 10,000 into a dividend, a stock that's still rolling, this would be higher than 45,000. So that would get you a little bit ahead. You want to know what else is ahead? If you would have bought a house in 2000, not 2004, 5, 6 or whatever, in 2000, you could have bought a house for 100,000, 75,000. Hell, you could have bought a duplex on the West Coast for $120,000. That just gives you an idea. Duplexes, they're like 700,000-800,000 right now. I'm talking about in Northern California, not LA. LA would probably be more. So if you would have invested in real estate instead of the stock market or inclusive of the stock market, then your returns are going to be a lot higher than what you would have been putting into the stock market, because there's one thing that the stock market generally won't give you unless you do dividends, is that duplex that you bought, you would have been collecting money every year, whether you lived in one side and rented out the other or rented out both of them. You would have passive income coming in for the last 20 years. You'd have return on your money. That's the little differences that happen, right? And you have appreciation of your property being worth 6, 7, 800,000 versus only 100. That is the differences. But again, I just had to point that number out because I find it very fascinating what happens when you put that type of money out and people are like, I can't get ahead. There's reasons you can't get ahead, ladies and gentlemen. It's all a game. You have to understand you're in the game. You're in the matrix. How do we get out the matrix? Well, first thing is you're here in the Stop Struggling Now podcast YouTube channel. We talk about the real here so you guys can get a plan together. That's what we want. We need everybody to have a plan. Rising tides lifts all boats. And right now, the boat go. This is also what I wanted to show. Here's in fact, this is Motley Fool, I believe. Yes, it is Motley Fool. Historical data. All right. Something you guys need to understand. The NASDAQ dropped 33%, 74, 2000, 2008. That's pretty interesting. It hasn't done that since, but very, very interesting. So the NASDAQ composite has produced an annualized return of 10.6 over the last 20 years. At that pace, 100 invested weekly, that's $400 per month on average, is 315,000 20 years later. All right. So let's get what's happening in today's environment. Most millennials, 73% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. They can't do $100 per week. So we discussed this already. I'm sorry. If you're a millennial, I understand your mindset. You have to make all your purchases with assets, you in maintenance and upkeep. You have to live in an environment where pretty much either you're going to be taking the subway, Uber, something, because your cost for vehicles should be used to pay for assets. That's what you're going to need to buy. Assets pay you. A house generally doesn't pay you. You live in it, but it doesn't pay you. Thinking about this, cannot do $100 per week and then wait 20 years to find out how much. Does anybody know how much anything's going to cost in 2030? Nobody does. Anybody can guess? That's only 7 years from now. Never mind 15 years from now. There's no way you're going to be able to tell me, Eric, gas is going to be this, water is going to be that, food's going to be this, energy prices are going to be this in 2038. All right. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I got busted out once again, but it's all right. It's okay. We're still going to keep rolling. Now, make sure you share the videos. Please smash that like button so the YouTube gods know that we're in the house. And also, if you know somebody else that needs this information, let them come over here to the SSN Nation. All right, let's go. We got some more to talk about on the stock markets because, again, I illustrated $400 a month for 20 years at 10.6% annual return compounded annually gets you $315,000. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Let me explain something to you just so you understand why you need to get your own business, why you need to get assets, because this is a numbers game that you can't outpace. This is not your grandma's or your mother's or anybody's economy anymore. This thing is moving so fast, you cannot catch up if you don't have assets. So let me explain something. If you think that you're going to be 20 years old, you're going to do 20 years by putting $400 a week, which is significant for somebody that lives paycheck to paycheck. But let's say you do. At the end of 20 years, because you got 10.6% return on your money annually, it ends up being $315,000. Guess what? You're already automatically over 40. That's not going to be enough. Now, what's going to happen another 20 years? Let's just say you were able to do 400 a month on average for the next 20. Now that's 40 years. You have 600 and some odd thousand. Let's just round up to 750. 40 years. You already saw when I put that on the screen from 1973 to 2023. Everything cost 5 times more to 10 times more. Do you really think 50 years or 40 years later, things aren't going to cost 3, 4, 5 times more? $750,000 40 years from now is going to be like, I don't even know the numbers, but it's not going to be worth squat. And that's when you're going to retire for most people who's under 30. And now you're going to retire and you're going to sit there and say, hey, wait a minute. When I go grocery shopping, I get a half a bag for $400. One bag's going to cost you $500. And you're not that $750, and a home's going to cost more than $750. Almost all homes will. So again, you're going to be in a precarious situation. So that's why you have to get in the stock market, even though it doesn't look good. You have to get into something where your money's making money while you sleep, because you're not going to be able to earn millions of dollars, or shall I say, save millions of dollars. You can earn millions, but the problem is tax man cometh. You got to give up 25, 30%, maybe more, whatever. So that's gone. So you could have, that's what happens with a lot of musicians and artists and people who get these checks, right? Sports figures, they get in trouble with the IRS because it's very simple. You get $2 million. You're thinking, okay, we gave them, 500 G's. You're thinking you're good. You're not good. You had to give them almost $1 million, but you're thinking you're good because, wait a minute, I got $2 million in a check. I wrote them a check for $500,000. I'm in a state that has taxes, so I had to give up 7, 8, 9% to that. So there goes another 200,000, 180. So you gave up 700,000. You're thinking I'm good. No, tax guy says, hey man, you were short. You were short by another 500,000, and we're adding 20% taxes on top. And then you're like, wait, what? I just bought myself a house for $1 million or 800,000. I don't have 5, 6, 700,000 left. No worries. Here's a penalty. You can pay later. Your next 2 million check comes. Same rules apply. Thank you very much. We took our 1.2, 1.3. We're all good. Left you 6, 700,000. But wait, I wanted to go I bought this car. It cost 100,000. I got a family to feed. And people are like, wait, what do you mean? You just made all this money. Well, it's gone, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. So all of that has to be taken in consideration when you're making investments. Remember, right now, the rules for the stock market is simple. You buy stocks, make an investment in stocks, leave it for more than a year, you're going to have the 15% capital gains tax. 15%, not 50, not 60, not 40, not 30, not 25, 15%. You do something under a year, you buy a stock now, it goes up. Let's say we buy, I'll use Tesla, perfect example. We bought a Tesla, $117 a share. Tesla goes up to 275. I'll round up to 277 so I can keep my math a little bit easy. 160. So that $160 per share. Well, because it went up in less than a year and you sold the share, now you got to pay 25% because you did it before 1 year. But if you would have waited a little bit longer, you would have shaved off 10%, and now it would be 15%. That's a big, huge difference that you don't have to give to Uncle Sam and our government. All right? So those are the type of decisions that you have to make. Now, the other thing, Victor Morel loved this, that 401k, ladies and gentlemen. You can do your own self-directed 401k. Just go see Fidelity. All right? Go see them. They got it. Go look it up. Go get, I'm trying to think of the other bank, TD Ameritrade. That's one of my favorites. I have one with TD Ameritrade. So go see TD Ameritrade, self 401ks. Then you could do tricks, right? Legally. We're not talking about this guru crap. Legally, because any money that you're putting into your 401k is a tax, not any, just up to a certain number, 6,000, 6,700, 7,000, 14,000, 12,000. It all depends on age, married, single, all that. But let's just say 6,000, 6,500, make it simple for most people. That's a tax write-off against your income, right? Because it's a 401. Now, what we do here in the SSN Nation is talk how to be smarter. So what do? We go Beachfront Java. We go Stop Struggling Now, SSNLifestyle.com. They're businesses, right? Beachfront Java is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's our own Professor Auntie Val's. Make sure you go over there and order, use SSN Lifestyle promo code. And then after your first order and every order thereafter, you will get 10% off when you put in the SSN Lifestyle code after your first order. Now, if you've already ordered and she knows you're part of the SSN fam, then that means this order here is 10% off for life. Beachfront Java, Keurig, fine ground, drip ground, and whole beans. Myriad of choices. Go check it out. So what do? We go and create an 401k for our business. 401k for our business? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 401k TD Ameritrade for your business, self-directing it. And now I'm an employee. So my business can match whatever I want because I'm the CEO. I can match whatever I want. So beautiful. I can put in $6,000. I can say my business can match. Well, the IRS will probably get pissed, but let's just say 20%. Keep it simple, right? We don't want to push the IRS. So now an additional 20% is a match. And guess what? I could be buying in my own little group of stocks. I can be buying those dividend stocks. It's making its money while we sleep. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's one way. Now you have a write-off on your taxes as employee, have a write-off for your business because you're contributing to it. I love the plan. I love it when a plan comes together. All right. You're here, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. If you didn't have that pen, pad, and paper ready, you're going to have to watch this on replay. Just go check it out. You can go look it up yourself. Georges Charles, you know that the Isla Saona tour departs from La Romana area. From La Romana to Larimar is about 1.5 hours. Is that what it took you? That's what I was going to ask Victor Marrero. How long did it take? 1.5 or 2 hours? It should be from Verone in Larimar. I'm betting on Victor Marrero's 1.5. If I'm at the airport, I think it's going to be closer to almost 2 hours. I think those are the differences, but we will see. Hopefully he's still here. All right, let's see what else we have. Yay. He's in the house. He says that, Charles, do you have any updates from Cruise on Land? Are they making any progress in building? Yeah, that's one of the things. I'm seeing now that there's a trend happening. These mega projects, they can tell me September or December 2025, but this is not a thing. Cruise on Land, I don't even know if they broke ground yet. And Larimar still hasn't. Oh, by the way, Larimar has some sort of event allegedly this Friday coming up. I don't know who's going to be there, but there's supposed to be some updates. And you guys already know the updates already. The ATP tennis situation is going to be at Larimar. That's pretty cool. Professionals coming to the house. Then we're going to be talking about a wave pool at Larimar at the beach clubs. I'm like, did you say wave pool? Yes, wave pools, ladies and gentlemen, at Larimar. I'm like, oh, this is going to be sick. Okay, we'll see if that happens. But I'm trying to sit there and go, hey, guys, you really going to have this done in 2 years? I doubt it. Let's get real. The first section of the beach clubs and the towers. Come on, let's get real. I'm skeptical at this point. I don't see any groundbreaking, but maybe the groundbreaking starts this Friday. We will see. All right, let's go. Stock market will always be good to invest long term. Exactly, Georges Charles. So don't make it like I'm against the stock market. I'm just giving you guys some numbers so you understand. You can keep putting money there, but that's the point. You're supposed to keep putting money in there. You're not supposed to do what I illustrated where you're just going, oh, here's $10,000 and then I walk away. No, here's $400 just for 20 years and then walk away. No, you have to keep doing it because that money is making more money. So in other words, when you have $315,000 in there, let's say in that example, and we get 10%, now that next year, 31,000 goes in. Pretty simple, right? All right. So don't get it twisted. We want to put money in the stock market. But if you have a business, then have your self-directed. And if you're acting as employee, then you want your 401k to go into an account where your business matches. And that way you can throw more money in there every year. It's beautiful. All right. Just saying. I've said it 3 times. So make sure you guys go check it out. Go see your financial advisor. All right. I went to San Domingo, then La Romana. No, I didn't go to Punta Cana next trip. Oh, okay. All right. So you were doing the 1.5 hours from Santo Domingo. Yes, they have big villas, nice size sports complex and lessons, but you're right. Okay, George's Charles, I'm gonna have, hold on. Let me see if I have something else that I want to talk about here. Yes, there is, because we were talking about banks, right? Before we get into some Punta Cana Dominican Republic talk, because we have over 45 people in the SSN Nation who have invested in Dominican Republic. All right, now let me get to this screen here. Banks. Remember when we had bank downgrades? Because run from the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Again, do not keep, again, this 4%, 3%, come on. If you're going to keep your money, just keep it in a brokerage account. If you want 3%, then just buy some Apple stock or something. I mean, seriously, they give you like 2% or something on your money, or Microsoft or whatever, if you just care about 2-3%. All right, seriously, that's ridiculous. You can lose all of it. Just so you understand. Let me see if this is going to be right. Hopefully this is the right one. Banks downgraded. Yes, this is the right one. Look at this right here. S&P just downgraded these banks. People are going to go, who? Associated Bank, Comerica, people might have heard that. Key Corp, people might have heard of that. UMB Financial, Valley National Bank Corp. They just got downgraded. Now remember, Moody's downgraded some other banks. All right. Now, there's a reason. Let me explain. Here it is. These downgrades are mainly focused on liquidity concerns. All right. Now raised by multiple agencies where banks have a lot of loan portfolios that are only drawing 2.5 to 4.5% in interest income, while now needing to pay depositors 4.5 to 5.5. Do you understand how this works? Okay. In case you did not understand, the interest income that the banks are earning are at 2.5, 3.5. They are giving out 4%, 4.5, 5.5% on people's money. That's a negative. You understand this, right? So those banks, they're warning people they've been downgraded because they're not holding people's money. And the investments that they made are traditionally going to be when the federal funds rate was low. They have low interest income coming in, unfortunately. So now you're understanding how the middle class gets wiped out, because the bank should never, ever be doing the reverse. What should be happening is the reverse. So what I mean by that is, it should always be, I hate to say this, 4, 5, 6% interest if you want to borrow money. That's what it should always be. And what should also be is there should be something like 4% return, 4.5 that they're going to give you for your money sitting at the bank. That way they're always going to be profitable. Now, that's not the era we live in because of easy money and easy money lending. When the federal rate is down, we don't have that luxury. So now banks are put in this position where they're out here giving people these 2.5, 2.7, 3% loans. And then when you have this situation where they have to increase the interest rates, now all of a sudden people are like, I'm not leaving my money at the bank, not unless you give me like 4%, 5%. And now people are putting their money in the bank. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to illustrate again. Pay attention to what's on the screen. You do understand this, right? They are negative on interest income. If they have assets under management in the billions of dollars, just start thinking what a 2.5 to 4.5% means, and think about how much you owe. 5% of billions. And you're bringing in less than 5% in interest income to pay this debt. to your depositors. So sooner or later, there's going to be a rug pull. They can't pay it, which is what's already happened. This is how it all goes, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty straightforward if you know mathematics at all. All right. So just keep this in mind. That's the S&P downgrading these guys. This is a problem. And the fact that they're talking about 5 banks, and they've already talked about, Moody's talked about 5 banks. There's 10 banks. That's billions of dollars under management. Guess who's going to be buying them out if things hit the fan? It's going to be JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the Fed banks, and it could be Bank of New York Mellon. Those are the guys. That's how the rich keep getting richer. They get the assets under management. Once you understand you're the CEO of your life, that's what you want to do. Assets under your guidance, under management. A home, once again, is not really an asset. I hate to keep saying this because that's where they have you, is when you're spending the 2 most expensive things, a home that you live in and a car, and tie you up. And the third prong to that is they tell you to go to school, get a loan, right? Because schools cost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 every year. And so now you have 3 things that has tied up your income that you have years to pay. But will your wage increase 20, 30, 40% over the next 5 years? Doubtful. But you best believe the cost of living will. It's all right. So enough of that for now. I just want to show that why the banks run from the banks, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're using whatever you can. This is why there's a lot of people here. Ariam Kaye, Georges Charles, the millionaires. It's going to be here in 3 years. All right. How else can you become a millionaire in 3 years? One way, pre-construction property, and you buy 4 or 5 properties at the right location. Those 5 properties, they're all 5 are going to be worth more than $1 million combined. But here's the beauty of it. What if you only spent like $550, $600 to buy all 5? And now in 3 years, they're worth 1.6, 1.7 in equity. And you're renting them out. And you're getting a return of 10% on your money or 12% on your money. So we can talk about $100,000, $110,000 annually because of something you did 3, 4, 5 years earlier. That's what the big boys do, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Emerging Millionaire Club. If you're new here, please smash the video, the like button, and tell other people where to come. SSN Nation. All right. Now, let's get into some of that he's talking about here. He was talking about the Bahia Principe. In fact, you guys know we're going to bring this up because when you start talking about a sports complex, I'm like, okay, it's in the right location. Here's the thing that's awfully funny to me. When we live in nice locations, right? We have children's playground areas. We have basketball courts, soccer fields, golf courses, clubhouses. All this is standard issue for the nice rich guy lifestyle, right? So that's ordinary to have a few tennis courts and, I guess the latest thing now is to put in pickleball courts. That's kind of ordinary. Now we're going over here. This, I believe, is where we're talking about. I just was looking at it earlier today, but I was on my phone, so I don't know if this was the place. It looks a little different. But this is what we're talking about. Hotel, and I don't know if these are the same because this says Grand La Romana. I don't know. So I'm going to go with, I thought I was on the La Romana website. So we're going to go with this. Let's go look at some of this stuff here. Hold on. For everybody that's doing their real estate That's interesting. $89, zip lines and all that. Yes, every place generally has that. All right, I didn't come to this spot today. Let me go see what I can do. I guess this is it here. I guess, is it called La Romana? I'm thinking there's only one, right? There's only one. Is this it? I don't know. Looks different than what was on my phone. No love. Guess it's I guess you're gonna have to tell me. I don't know if this is it or not. Doggone it. George's Charles gonna have to let me know, I guess, later. This is something that's at La Romana, but I can't tell. I thought I had it on screen, so I'm gonna do this. I'm excited seeing this, just imagining when Cruz on La Romana. How it is when you go to La Romana and you see their villas and they're selling them for $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $1 million. Yes, I understand it's in La Romana where the big boys play, but you didn't have to spend $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 and your villa's the same size as theirs. And you have a pool in the backyard. And you have a man-made beach now. That's what I want to know. That's what's so exciting. It's like after you see that's La Romana, but you still have a complex. It's not going to be maybe worthy of a La Romana area, but even if you have 2/3 of their price, that's still a win. That's all I'm saying. That's what makes this so special about investing. Let me know if this is it right here, because I don't know if this is it. This looks like something different. Maybe that's something there. Okay. It's called By eBay Town inside La Romana at George's Charles. Okay. To Santo Domingo is about the same distance. Exactly. 1.5 hours of Santo Domingo Center. You notice the road is better than most here. Exactly. Victor. Yes, because it's a new road. Exactly. Well, it's not actually new, but the road is nicer, obviously. But yes, By eBay, we talked about this with Mr. Estacio. The Del Mar Resort is on the beach. Remember, you could have got on the beach in that location for like 140, 160,000. And now they're no longer under 100 and some thousand. They're in the 200s. And Hilton bought this area. They bought Believe, apparently. I think it was Hilton. I think we have Aaron Calle here. He might be able to tell me if that's right. But yes, that is the spot. It's beautiful. Victor Moreau, yes, sir. Exactly. Ariam Calle, Vista Cana, invest there. Amenities, there you go. I'm not mad at the amenities at Vista Cana. You guys know my top 3, right? Well, there's 4 actually. 4 areas, and I'll put it this way. I'm going to go top 1. I'm going to go number 3, Atlantida. That's number 3. Number 2, Vista Cana. Number 1, Larimar City and Resort. But here's the thing. Cruise on Land. They are doing something spectacular. Spectacular. They're creating an amusement park out there. Seriously. We got cars running around a track now. They're definitely going to have an amphitheater. They're definitely going to expand, have a water park, casino. That was already known. But these guys have changed the configuration of their property in the new brochure. It's sick. So they're going nightclubs. They're going recording studio, which we already knew. They have the man-made beaches. They have the sports complex. They have the golf driving range. Even though they don't have an 18-hole golf course, they have a driving range. That's good enough too. Top Golf at their spot. Great. Basketball courts, tennis courts, pickleball courts. They got that. Casino, got that. I mean, so even though I don't have them in my top 5, there's only a reason because of their contracts. They're like garbage unless they change it. Now they claim they've changed it. So we got to find out because their old contract, man, it's touchy. That's a touchy subject, locking people up like this. I don't really like it. But Vista Cana has a lot of amenities. And so does those four that I mentioned. Those are the spots. And already Atlantida, the prices have escalated. Vista Cana, the prices have escalated. The last two, Cruise on Land and Larimar, those are the last two that people can get in reasonably priced. The last two, because Vista Cana already started to, mature. So you got to keep those things in mind. When Cruise on Land starts getting built and Larimar starts getting built, those prices are going to start rising because of all the amenities. Eric, sorry to ruin stock market talk. No worries, man. You know it's all investments. I'm trying to schedule this week for Cruise on Land. You'll be blown away by the new stuff. I am blown away by the new stuff. Remember, I have the brochure. I'm like in shock. I just want to know about that contract. All that stuff is awesome, but I don't want to be locked in. And I feel a certain way being a minority, right? I won't be a minority in the DR, but in America, minority, right? So again, I will illustrate just one thing that bothers me is that, well, there's four things that bother me, but there's two that I really, really bother me. One is that right of first refusal. And the second, okay, I can live with the right of first refusal. I don't have a problem with that because it doesn't matter to me who I sell it to. If I can buy a 2-bedroom for 170 grand and 2 years from now it's 400 grand or 375 or whatever, and I want to cash out, I have no problem if they say, if I rolled in there and I said, hey man, I have a buyer, he's agreed to pay me 375,000. Here's your right of first refusal. I have no problem with that. The problem I have is your right of first refusal. When they say it's 60 days, I'm just like, no, man, no. The guy wants to buy this. Why aren't you going to tell me if you don't know today if you want to buy it? You should already know if you want to buy it at this price. Why are you going to wait up to 60 days? So they have up to 60 days if I have my memory serves me right. So that's the first little hurdle. But here's my problem. Not only is it just that 60-day wait, and my buyer, he's going to be sitting there like, well, looking around like, wait a minute, maybe I like Larimar. Maybe I like Vista Cana. Maybe I want to go to Cap Cana. I mean, he's going to start thinking over those 60 days, I don't even think I want to buy it no more. But the point after that is this. Being a minority, the HOA at Cruise on Land says, okay, Eric, we're not going to take it, but your buyer, he has to submit some information to us. And if we don't approve him, he can't buy it. I'm like, hold up. What do you mean? So now, not only did you hold up the process from the get-go, but now I got to, whoever is going to buy it has to be approved by you. And just because you may not like them, you may not approve them, which now means I can't sell. I don't like that closed-in loop, and I don't like the potential of abuse. That's one of my things. Second thing is major. Their ICDV index is in their contract. In case people don't know, that's the housing index, housing construction index. 2022, the index was 11%. Anything above 3%, they can charge you. So in other words, if you started your contract January 2022, it was 11.4, I think. That means they could charge you 8.4% more, or will charge you, not can, will. So that means I got a great deal at 170,000. But that 8% increase means, I don't know the math, but let's just say it's 1.5 times. That's another 12,000, 13,000. All right, something like that. So now I'm going to be paying 183. This year, the ICDV index is 7.4, 7.8. So right now, I got to pay an extra 4.44. Let's just round down to 4%. So now I got to pay another 6-7 grand. So right then and there, I got to pay another 25 grand. Or I'm off a little bit, but 8 grand, 4 grand, 12 grand, 13 grand, whatever the case may be. We're not done because we have 2024 and 2025 to deal with. And if inflation stays around 5%, that means I'm going to have to pay $7,500, roughly $8,000 for the next 2 years. So now that's another 16. So add 30 G. So now that 2-bedroom that I paid 170 for could cost me 200,000. Now, when I start doing things like this, now I'm thinking, damn, that place is so cool. It's so awesome. But those two things bother me. And also I start thinking, wait, I think I like Sabana. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is you start thinking ahead, whereas Larimar, by contrast, doesn't have any inflation increase, doesn't have right of first refusal, nor does Vista. In fact, I don't think anybody has right of first refusal except for Cruise on Land. That really bugs me. So I'm just saying, because that's a way to block people. And they're going to say, well, we're blocking people due to if they're a bad person or something. I'm like, nah, I don't think that's the case. I think you're going to do what some people have done in the past. You're going to block people because you just don't like the way they, look, smell, whatever. And I'm going to be like, that's where I think the abuse is going to come in ultimately. But anyhow, we will find out. But that's one of my things. I just am against any of that kind of crap. I can do right of first refusal. You just can't tell me you're not going to, I can't, people are going to spend their money and they can't move in. That's crazy. Yes, that 4-lane highway from Las Americas Airport through La Romana and on to Punta Cana still feels brand new. I love that drive. Smoother than many I-75 spots. Yeah, exactly. But it's relatively new. But it's a lot better than it used to be. Good evening, SSN fam, from Curtis Davis. You want to know, Mr. Financial is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. You guys, Mr. Financial here. Tagline. His tagline is always be making money. ABMM. And because of that, he gives updates throughout the day, evening, night. You just never know when he's going to drop some gems on his channel. Chili Davis, CHILLY Davis. Go smash his like button. Go smash his subscribe button and show some love. He's part of the SSN Nation. He gives out information in the no guru zone. No courses to buy. No ebooks. No e-selling, nothing. We just give you the information that you can use to help improve your financial lifestyle. Now, go show some love with him. Always buying assets now. Exactly. Yes, you lost me there for a second when it went out. So according to Fox Business today from Victor Morrell, Elon Musk plans to have X as a payment method platform. I don't understand. According to the news, Elon Musk plans to tokenize that feature, potentially using Doggy, which is up today. Of course, every time he says that, it's just a marketing ploy. First of all, let's just get things clear. First, crypto and the SEC. I hear tokenization. We all know you can start doing things like, if I'm going to pay for that, what is that membership, right? That they have on Twitter now? You pay for your whatever. That could be misconstrued. Is that a security now? I mean, the SEC is so vague. Why are you messing around with this? They're so vague right now that it's scary. They can say that you're selling a security, even though you're like, no, this is a business. I'm taking crypto. The way the laws are written is not defined. So if I'm a company, I would not even be entering into that arena with regards to talking about tokenization and doing all this. Now, first of all, the other thing, you guys know that Facebook used to take payments too, right? I don't know if you still can. They used to do payments. Obviously, it wasn't crypto, but I don't understand. That's not new. I'm just like, I don't, first of all, I don't understand what Musk does, but I do understand what he does. So it must be nice when I can go to the government and say, hey, I need some money, right? Why? Because I started SpaceX. Give me a defense contract. Even though I haven't completed my marks, but it's all right. Here's a few $1 billion. This is insane. Wish we could all sign up for this while we're starting our businesses out and trying to do and getting tax breaks and tax. Oh, never mind. I won't start with this. All right. Nonetheless, Yeah. Doggy Coin's going to be up because all Doggy Coin people believe that, or Dogecoin, they all believe that's what he's going to do. So that's when this Dogecoin goes up. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. Even if Dogecoin rises for the brief moment, what are people going to be doing? You're going to seriously be spending Dogecoin to pay people? You're going to go to an exchange and pay a fee to get Dogecoin and then send it to somebody? And that, I don't even understand. So it makes no sense in a practical, real world environment. I don't see how it makes sense because it's not, you get charged more money by messing around with crypto, trying to make payments and being on exchanges and sending money through all these methods. By the time $20 you send somebody, it might cost you 25 or more, depending on the time of day. I don't understand. But anyhow, that's going to get the doggy coin price up. And sure enough, at Victor Morale, I knew this coming. He pulling out old business plans. See, Curtis Davis is saying exactly what I'm saying. Old business plans that make 0 sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. Eric, did you see the FIBA women under 17 soccer is coming to the DR? Yes, I did, Yahweh J. But here's the question. I did not see, oh, wait, where are they going to be playing at? That's where I want to see. Where are they playing at? First of all, obviously, is there a stadium in Punta Cana area? I don't know. Is it going to be in Santo Domingo? Those are the only 2 spots it's going to be in. I can't remember where it was going to be played at. But let me know. Let me know. Because actually, they had another soccer tournament over here. I'm not in the DR right now. In the DR, they had a soccer tournament. They had a golf tournament as well. The ATP tennis. This is revving up, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you want to be in these locations. So when we talk about La Romana, we talk about Cap Cana, we talk about the Vista Cana has a sports complex. We talk about Cruise on Land sports type complex, although I don't think it's going to be extensive as Vista Cana. Larimar's talking big noise. ATP, professional tennis. Okay. 18-hole golf course. Well, I'm the one that said add the extra 25 to 50 acres because you might as well just lengthen the course and turn it into a PGA rated course. They have enough acres, by the way, to do it, but you want 148 acres to 200 plus acres. That's why I said 25 to 50. Put it at 175, 200 acres. Beautiful. All right. You have your villas around it, clubhouse. Beautiful. ATP, there better be a clubhouse for them too to get ready, right? Although it doesn't have to be extravagant because they're not, tennis guys aren't used to the extravagant spots. But yes, I did hear about that, Yahweh J. That's awesome. Agreed. Good idea. Exactly. Invest real estate, best investment. Ariam Kaye. All right. Real estate, the timing matters. And you guys know we've been on this for 3 years and a half. The whole reign that we took riding down, right? We're riding going, hey, pre-construction, I don't care where. Pre-construction. Remember, we talked Miami. You guys in Miami, everything's doubled in 2 years, 2.5 years. Yeah, you guys could have bought a studio for 300 and some odd thousand at Nativo. You could have bought a studio at 501 Residences for 400 grand. All those are damn near 600,000-700,000 now just for those studios. The 1 bedrooms, they're double. The 2 bedrooms, they're double. Could have bought 2 bedrooms for 550 to 600 grand. You got $1 million now at Nativo. It's crazy. All right, that's in Miami. Where else can you get a $300,000 to $400,000 increase in equity in like 2 years? Come on. Dominican Republic can do that too, but you're going to have to buy the high-end locations. You got to buy at Sabana. You got to buy at Oasis del Lago. You got to buy at Cap Cana. You got to buy at La Romana. You got to go into the high-end areas in order to do that 2 years, $300,000 or $400,000 appreciation. So when we did Serenissima over in Capcana with Nestor, those prices are like, what was it, 2,500 per square meter or 2,000 per square meter? That stuff is going to be 4,000 square meter in a year and a half or less. That's how crazy it is. So you have a chance to buy at that location or at Harbor Bay in Capcana at these $200,000-$300,000 rates. Those are going to be selling for like $500,000-$600,000 in less than 2 years. You're not going to be able to even earn interest on that rate. Let's just get real. Even if you spent $300,000, where else are you going to get 30% return per year or 50% in a year and a half? Where are you going to get these at? Nowhere. All right. So this is what you have to start thinking of. I can buy something for 300,000. Next year, it can be worth 400. Next year after that, it's worth 500. That's like a 30% annual return. All right. So pre-construction high end gives you high end returns. Pre-construction in low end areas, I'll even put it another way. Let's go look at Victor Marrero's. Okay. It's been 5 years. All right. But here's the thing. $230,000. Right now, they're selling his same unit around $400,000. Next year, yes, it's 5 years, but we had a COVID scenario and all that. But 5 years, it's going to be an extra almost 200,000. So even though he's gotten 100% in 5 years, that's 20% return. Where are you going to get 20% return from? And that's borrowable money potentially for if he wanted to take some money out and buy some more assets. And so then he's off to the races, right? All these guys, Ariam Kaye, Georges Charles, all the people, Army retired, is bought 4 properties as well with land. So all these guys are going to have money coming in, and it's going to be beautiful. See the link. All right, Georges Charles, you're going to have to send me a link somewhere else. All right. So the link, you can't put a link in the chat room. Just so you know. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I got to check something out just in case he sent me. Oh, okay. Now I see. He says, okay, Playa. I got you. That's why it was looking different. I was on their web. I was like, this doesn't look like the website I was on. Now it all makes sense. It's Playa Nueva Romana.com. Playa Nueva Romana. Yeah, that's it. That's where I was. Okay, that's what makes sense. I was like, this does not look familiar. Okay, now I find it interesting. I find it, what's happening here? It's taking its sweet time. Let me get some things off screen. I find it interesting that you use terms like blew me away, blows me away. I find that very interesting, especially for someone that owns at Cruise on Land, especially for someone that has an interest and owns at Larimar. I find that very, very interesting. And you had other choice, and Vistacana, by the way, too. Come to think, so I find it very interesting that you say this one blew you away. Oh, come on! I think I'm about to lose the screen again. I can't believe this. Let me get this off of here. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but it's taking its sweet time. Okay, let's go. I think Cruise on Land is tied with Larimar. They're expanding with the new brochure. Georges Charles, they would, first of all, they would be just like I had them rated number 1 before. They would still be up there, but after their contract situation, unless they change that again, that's the ICDV thing and the right of refusal and all that craziness. And that's still up where I come from. When places exert their right, usually I have to submit a fee. Yeah, I got to submit a fee when I got to do that. And so that's what I'm like, all this stuff, even though it has nothing to do with the project. Well, it does, but this is what we're talking about. People are going to buy into here, and you are now going to be subject to the HOA is out of your control, and the amenities, or I keep using amenities, the attraction fee is out of your control. And now when you sell, unless they buy it at your buyer's price, now that's out of your control. If they don't buy it and then they turn around and tell you, hey, I can't, that buyer, we're not going to allow that. Go find another buyer. I'm like, that's not conducive. I don't like those two things. Now, the project itself, if they didn't have none of that and they were like ordinary contracts, we could even live with the ICDV because everybody knows what they're signing up for. But we could deal with that. We would have our attorneys trying to say, hey, man, put a cap on it, 10% or 12% or whatever. We could deal with that section. There's two more sections, but those other two things is what I worry about with Cruise on Land. I get a little worried when guys tell me that, remember, their maintenance fees were originally going to be $2 per square meter. They're no longer $2 per square meter. That's the other thing. So again, this puts you in a precarious situation, not knowing. That's the only thing I don't like. But George's Charles says Cruise is on top for me. That's his number one. He likes Cruise on Land. I can't blame him. I'm not mad at him. Cruise is on top for me, bro. Okay. Here we go. What do we got? I'm missing something. My 137 penthouse, now 180. Okay, his $137 penthouse, the deal of a century. 2-bedroom penthouse, fully furnished, with on the terrace. It has the 3rd bathroom, and it has a jacuzzi or jacuzzi. I don't know which one. And it has a barbecue grill up there. The deal of the century was the 137. And now you can enter on the penthouse level separately. That was added, and they went up another level or two, which is cool. And now they're 180, which is still a bargain. Because remember, 2 bedrooms are now ranging about 170 to 200,000. They're going up. What do you think is going to happen in about 6 months? They're going to even be more. So now that's a 2-bedroom penthouse. So keep that in mind. That's still a great deal with everything they have. All right. So this is the Playa Nueva, which is very interesting because isn't this at the Bahia Principe La Romana site? I think aren't they on the same site? Let me know if that's different. That's the way I was reading it. All right, let's see what we got. Eric, let's go. Someone says Punta Cana is saturated. There are too many priorities. Do you agree? I don't know what you mean by saturated. Are we talking about units? Or what are we talking about saturated? First of all, there is only one Cruise on Land, one Larimar, one Vista Cana project. Those are the only mega projects. That's it, as far as I know. So that's the first thing about the saturation. Second thing, 60% of all visitors come through Punta Cana Airport. If that holds true, which it should, then they need to keep building out there because not everybody's going to want to stay at a all-inclusive that's going to be charging them January, February, March, and April, the best time of year. A lot of people won't be able to afford $1,000, $1,200 per night. Some people are going to go, hey, I want to stay at single one residences for $129, all-inclusive per night. Has a little kitchen. I can go down and get me some food at the grocery store, spend $300. Hell, forget 300. We're going to stay there 7 nights. We'll spend $500. And in the DR, you're going to have money left. You're going to have food left over. So you're not even going to spend $500 for the week. Let's get real. But yet, people are going to be spending money at those all-inclusives at $800, $900, $1,000, $1,200. Like I said, Hard Rock is already at $1,200 per night. And that's not even the best spot, in my opinion. So I don't know what they mean by saturated and too many priorities. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. You can ask about the contract. Yeah, I'm hoping these guys will come on. Remember, they said they would come on before, but then they didn't come on. So I think they have something against me. I don't know, but we will see. Because, of course, we're going to talk about the 4 little things, which there's nothing wrong with it. If somebody says, hey, we have ICDV, it's in our contract, and you pay interest above the 3%, then that's understood. So then you do your homework. You go, what was their ICDV over the last year or two? So then when you see 1 year it was 11% in 2022, and this year it's like 7.4, I think, 7.8, whatever. Let's just say 7%. Maybe it'll go down towards the end of the year. Maybe we'll get to 7%. Then you have to go, okay, I'm going to buy now. I know I'm going to pay 7% more possibly, or 3.5, or however they break it down. Then you know next year could be 7% more. So anybody buying at 180, ultimately you know you're going to be paying over 200 if it stayed 7% for the next 3 years. That's 21% more, right? So you know you're going to be paying almost another 30 grand. So you're going to be paying 210. And if I'm going to be paying 210, now we start thinking Larimar, Vista Kana, Cruise on Land. You have choices. That's all I'm saying. But let me know what you mean by this. I want to know what this is. Very interesting, this wording. The wording that you mentioned. Let me see. What was that wording again? Saturated and too many priorities. That's what I want to know. What does that mean? I find that very, very interesting. All right. Eric, you sure Larimar don't have right of refusal as well at their positive? There's no right of refusal on their contracts. Remember, we went over it. Their contract's the cleanest one of all. No price increase, $2 per square meter for the HOAs. So positive, because if they did, I'd have been talking about it. No right of first refusal. The only person that has right of first refusal is Cruise on Land. None of your contracts that you, Ariam Kaye, me, Victor Marrero, none of us. Well, I don't know about Connor Rock, but I'm pretty sure nobody has right of first refusal. They're the first ones. But that's because I suspect, like I said, when we first started talking about Cruise on Land, this guy chimed in that we never heard from before. And he says, oh, that timeshare. And at the time, I didn't understand what he was saying because I was like, what does he mean timeshare? And that stuck in my brain. I told you guys about that before. When somebody says something that seems off the wall, it sticks in my head. And I'm like, why did he say that? Then when I actually looked at their contract, I was like, oh, this is like a timeshare. I'm paying for them to build a unit. And then after they build the unit, they get to tell me this is how much your HOA is. And we went up 5% this year, or we went up 10% this year. You have no say. They run the board of directors. They run the HOA board because they have their patsies in there because they own a lot of units, so they can vote their patsies in. So then they tell the patsies, oh, yeah, it's $2.50 per square meter. But, hey, we got a cost of living increase 10% more. So now it's $2.75 per square meter now for the units. And that attractions fee that we're charging, let's say $80, is now going to be $100. You have no say. That's a timeshare, right? Timeshares do right of first refusal as well. So when I see that, I'm just like, yeah, that ain't cool. And again, the ICDV, inflation or not, we know at Vista Kana, people got notices saying you got to pay 18% more, like at Panorama. At Ziba, people got notices. You got to pay 15% more. And if you had your lawyer do your contract, that 18% at the Gardens that I would have had to pay, I would have only had to pay 10 because in my contract, they negotiated 10% max. So that's the thing. Nobody's contract has right of first refusal that I know of, except Cruise on Land. We've seen a lot of contracts. That's not the thing. And so they have actually made it like almost like a timeshare. And it's it's restrictive, because then we're going to be talking about other things that come up with the industry. And since it's their amusement park, it's their running the whole show. It's their fun and games. You just bought a unit in a place that you do own it. It is deeded, I'm assuming. I think it's deeded. I'm pretty sure it is. It's deeded to you, but you have no control over anything. If you want to do the rents, 10 plus or minus 10% from what they're renting. So I can go over 10% or I can go below 10%. But again, that puts you in a, if you have 15 buildings now, each building, I don't know how many units, but let's just say they have 100 units. I don't know. But let's just say we have 1,000 people, 500 people that are renting, and we all have the same units. We either have a studio, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, or 4-bedroom. There's limited amounts. This is true. But now we're all going to fall within plus a 20% range. So if we're renting at, well, I don't know what the rents could be, $250 a night for a 3-bedroom, maybe. That means we can go 275 down to 220. Units going to be in that range, which isn't all that bad, but it kind of is, because if people aren't getting their rentals, they want to reduce the number, just like right now. Let me tell you how significant this is, because Victor Marrero and myself, we have units in places where we were renting like $499. Victor Marrero was renting at $600 or $650 in some instances per night. Those numbers, I got to go back to $299 if I want to start renting them. So when that's a huge difference. He was talking about, he's got a cap at $250. So when you go from $600 down to $250, that's well more than 10%. So all I'm saying is, you never know when you're going to have to adjust your numbers in order to rent out your unit. And the whole thing is, it's your unit. You want to rent it out, right? You want to have the ownership of saying, hey, you know what? I know I usually rent it at this amount, but I got to drop it if I want to get some money in here versus no money, because this could happen. Let's just put things in perspective, you know? And you got to keep in mind, if I'm not using their rental program, that means I'm almost competing against them. Keep that in mind. So it puts us in an interesting, weird thing. The cruise on land itself, don't get me wrong, the complex is sweet. Brian P., welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to your name. And he brings in his tagline this evening. Hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. Eric, yes, it is. Thank you so much. Hopefully, all of you who are on the Florida Panhandle, Gulf Coast area, make sure you are getting your eyes on that hurricane to be. All right? Make sure you're there. Hello, SSN family. From Brian P., another investor, real estate man in the house. Loves the appreciation with the icon. And I'm glad to see you. Here we are. Let's see what else he has to say this evening. He says, we need those high-end dividends. Exactly. NLY, since he mentioned it, let's talk about NLY. Go check that out too, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Here we are. Here we are. Again, real estate is the best investment. My Bliss Trails villas were double now. See, ladies and gentlemen. So here we're talking about 3 years. He never told me how much he bought his Bliss Trails for, but it had to be like 150. I'm just going to say it's around 150, 160, somewhere in there, because you could have bought one for 140 something in 2021. So actually, it's only 2 years, come to think of it. Wow. No, sorry. It was sold out in 2020. So it had to be 2020 to 2023. So that's 3 years. So it's doubled. So he's at $375K with one property. I already know he owns at the beach. The one at the beach, I believe, is also doubled. So now he already has 2 properties that he has bought for a total of maybe 300 and some thousand, maybe 4 altogether. And they're both going to be worth like 600,000-700,000. So he's already going to have like 250 to 300,000 equity, and they haven't even finished building the places yet. So only imagine by the end of this year, he's going to be approaching somewhere probably like 350 to 400 G's, and he ain't even started. He's still got 3 more properties. I mean, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, you can't make that money that fast. Yes, he loves it. By the time third phase is done, it'll be worth 500K. He's right. He's exactly right. Bliss Trails has some of the coolest open floor plan, how they design theirs, if it's the one I think it is. Because I was like, when I saw Bliss Trails, I was like, oh, what's that? And they're like, oh, no, those are sold out. And then when she told me the price, 140 something, I was like, are you serious? No wonder they're sold out. Those are villas. But I didn't know much about VistaCon at the time. I was a newbie at the time. So if I knew what I knew now, if I knew then what I know now, things would have changed, because I'd have gotten that one at Cap Cana with ocean view on the golf course for 133,000. I would have been one of those people. I'm getting it on the phone. 2-bedroom, 133 on the golf course at Cap Cana. Come on. That's crazy. I didn't know what it was at the time. All right. I love it. I love it too, man. All the other projects, Central Park, Urbe Vista, Cruise on Land, and Macau Hills, they are all going up. Exactly. Cruise on Land is going to be the same. You're going to easily have double the number by the time. In fact, it's going to be more than double. Urbe Vista, more than double. Central Park, if you got in on the first phase, it's already doubled. Macau Hills, those are going to double as well in the next 2 to 3 years. So all of his properties are going to do more than 200%, which is going to be very interesting. All right, here we go. I wanted to hear his opinion because he also owns at Urbe Vista. So I wanted to hear this opinion that he has, George's Charles. It blew me away because the other ones are not built yet. I was going by what I saw was nice. Oh, okay. Yes, what he saw was nice. In case people don't know what I'm talking about, here's what we're talking about. This is it. This is where he was. These villas are awesome, but they're 500 G's, 600 G's, 700 G's and up. And they look like it, right? Can't be mad at them on this. Here's lots. Here's the residential Sotavento Beach townhouses. Yes, I think you sent me videos of these. 315,000 from, but I'm pretty sure they're more than this now. Let's see what we have to show for this. From 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Okay, we need more info. How big is this, right? A little pool area. That's nice. Townhomes, 315,000. Interesting. PGA Golf Academy. PGA Golf Course. I love it. Wait, get to know the Bahia Principe community. Okay, wait. No, this is okay. All this cost, water activities, I don't know. Sports center, they show weights. Restaurant, I think they have tennis courts, shopping area, clubhouse, security, restaurant, and they're on the water. Okay. There's a wellness center because there's spa. There's a beach club, yes. Yoga area, yes. Excursions, okay. Beach, yes. Play area, children's pool. This is in La Romana. 315,000 for a townhouse, 2-bedroom, 2.5 baths. Financing in-house, possibly. I don't know. I read something. Here we go. Yes. Okay. They got a nice little pool area. All right. Interesting. Very nice. We don't know the square meters or square feet. So we can only guess. Looks like, okay, these are over 1,000 because you can tell how, if the picture's true and that living room is that wide, it's probably going to be close to 1,000. Yeah, the bedrooms are pretty nice size. So I'm thinking they're over 1,000. 315 would be about right. All right. So there's the first salvo. So here's the thing. Every condominium. Okay. I'm going to do something that's wild. So when you're sitting at Vista Cana, when you're sitting at Primavera, any of them, but we'll go with Primavera 4 that now has its own man-made beach and clubhouse. If you guys haven't seen it, it looks beautiful. They're ready to go. Just like that. It's ready to go. I'm surprised I haven't seen somebody swimming in it already. They have basketball courts. They have a soccer field. They have a kids' playground at Primavera 4. Vista Cana eventually is going to have all that too, plus a skateboard park, plus a bar and deli at their sports complex, plus tennis courts, plus pickleball courts, plus all this. These guys don't, but it's very interesting because it's going to be considered upscale luxury. And that's what makes this very interesting. Upscale, as you guys know, I always say go with upscale. It's worth it. Because even though they do have a PGA golf course a la Larimar. So let me know what you guys are thinking here, because I don't know. Look, here's Villa Barbado, 496. So we're talking about 500,000. Let's go look. We're talking 500,000. That means you could be at Sabana with the Equestrian Center. You can be at Oasis del Lago with their new park and clubhouse that's going to be overlooking the beach, that man-made beach at Vista Cana. And these are 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and you know they're already more than 500,000. Let's get real. I don't know how much they cost, but I'm pretty sure they're more than 500,000. So let's go look at this. Where was that? Oh, 185 square meters. So again, I'm not trying to put Primavera up there, but remember, Primavera has these same 185 square meters that cost somebody 210,000. I believe it was, no, it's not 185. It was, sorry guys, it wasn't 185. Oh yeah, it was 185, $210,000. Something like that. It was 2,008 square feet, something like that. Same thing, except they were 200,000 half price, but you're not here in the upscale environment. Upscale, you always get more money. Even though they don't have all the amenities that Larimar, Cruise on Land, Vista Cana has, hell, they don't even have the amenities. Well, a golf course, I like a golf course on my property because that brings up values. But as far as actually not having a golf course and paying half price, and I have soccer fields, basketball courts, pools, man-made beaches, and I can go to the beach anytime. Yeah, okay. It's what you like, right? So let's go with that. Hold on a second. Let me make sure you guys, I'm still on the screen. There we go. All right. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some comments on this one, because now this is the dichotomy of upscale luxury, knowing you're going to get a higher price for rent as well. So now when we're talking about, are we going to get 500 per night for rent? In fact, we're going to do something else, ladies and gentlemen, right? Aren't we? Aren't we? This is what we do here. In case you're new, we actually do real-time work. We actually do things on demand. We're going to go down here and check it out. Right? Okay. I got to get myself some water. But let's see what we have here. Okay. Ariam Kaye, I agree with George. Cruise on Land and Larimar should be number 1. Eric, you need to revise your number project. Guys, here's the thing. Larimar, what you pay, you get. There's no inflation. Also, no right of first refusal. Also, no approval of who's going to buy. At least that's not in the contract. So that's not cool. It blew me away because it's not built yet. This is what he was referring to. I need to revise my number one ranking. Well, we'll see, because I hear they changed their contract. You never know. Might be pretty cool. All right, let's go see this. Where are we at? La Romana. Here you go. Numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to go. Wouldn't you consider this? I don't know if we're going to consider. Oh, hold on. I don't know if we're going to consider this low season. So since we're almost 4 months to the end, why don't we just go into. No. Hold on a second. Okay, it's all right. We'll just do it. We'll do it this way. We're going to add 6 guests just to make sure we're going to stay in a 2-bedroom in La Romana, right? Since these places already exist, I think, well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out right about now. We're going to find out. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. We have some nice prices here. And these places do cost a lot. So no surprise, 4-bedroom here, $876. Yes, because they spent $500,000, $700,000 for these villas. Yes, $610. Here goes $335, but it's not on the water. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start getting a little deeper, shall we? Here we go. Now, the only problem is I don't know exactly where this place is. But this gives you an idea on what we're looking at when we start talking about. Somebody's going to have to tell me if it's on the left side or right side. Residential Vista Catalina. Well, we're somewhere by La Romana. I just don't know where it is. Residential. Okay. So we're still not there. They have more units on the water. These little pods. 4-bedroom oceanfront villa. Okay, that's not that. Casa. Okay, that's Casa de Campo area, I think. Well, I can't find that one place. But I do like what I see. The rental numbers don't lie during prime time. So this looks like 400,000 is reasonable and up. This is Casa de Campo, $333 a night, 3-bedroom. Looks like a small type unit, but it's all right. They might have bought it for less than 333,000. You know, we try to get 1%, ladies and gentlemen. So if that's Casa de Campo, where is Playa Nueva? Don't see it. All right. But I love the prices. But this is Casa de Campo, apparently. So these are upscale. This is all, yeah, this is these prices are going to be outrageous. Well, they're not actually that outrageous, really. Okay, I'm just going to say something. There's Casa de Campo, $1,000, $638, $622, $847, $374, $447, 221 rentals. Wow, reviews anyhow that people have left. 3 bedrooms, $447 a night. Nice. 374, 7 rentals, stunning golf villa. Nice. 3 bedrooms. But let's see here. La Bonita Casa de Campo, 638, 4 bedrooms. This is very, very interesting. I'm going to tell you guys why in a second. Very interesting. 5 bedrooms, $1,100 per night. Look at this. By the golf course. Gozi Golf Villa, 3.5 baths, 3.5 bedrooms. or 3 bath, 3.5 bedrooms. I don't know. But nonetheless, we're talking $1,000, ladies and gentlemen. These are all on the golf course. Nice. Nice. This is huge. $950 a night. Did they buy it for $900,000? If they did, still nice. Has a pool. Interesting. 5 bedrooms, luxury villa, Casa de Campo. Okay. Okay. So now that is awesome. I'm pretty sure somebody has comments. So we're going to scroll down through here. Here we go. Okay. Ariam Kaye says Cruise on Land is a great project. Ariam Kaye, that is one thing we agree with 110%. If you take away their contract, then they would have to be where they were before, 1A, 1B with Larimar and them. And then Vistacana is creeping up where we could already have 3, 1A, 1B, 1C. Take your pick. But if you take into consideration the everything, totality of it, that's why I can't move it up to number 1. It may change, but the project itself is awesome. If their project was like, let's say Larimar, or their contract was like inside Vistacana's contracts, then easily it would return to its number 1 spot. But since they're not like that, because again, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you owned it Vistacana and the guys at Bliss Trails started telling you, hey man, when you're going to sell this place, we get right of first refusal. You'd probably say, okay, no problem, because somebody offers me $1 million. I don't care where the million comes from. But the problem after that is going to be when they give you the second part, when they say, oh, yeah, but if we don't take right of first refusal, then just because you have a buyer, we have to approve him, and we can deny or approve. And now, again, that leaves you in a situation like, what do you mean? You can deny a person that says they want to buy here and they say yes. To me, that's problematic. It's not really problematic unless you sell, but still nonetheless. And then their ICDV rules, I don't know what that means, if they're going to carry it over to the HOAs, if they're going to carry that over to the attraction fee. There's too many blank stuff, but hopefully they'll come on and maybe they know already what their plan is. Because I'm afraid of a timeshare situation. I'm afraid of they go, hey, something happened. Like, for instance, let me give you a perfect example. You know when those hurricanes came through like Daytona, Orlando, even in St. Martin, hurricanes come through. Your maintenance fees are, let's just say, $1,000. They say, hey, hurricane damage. We say as owners, hey, there was insurance. They say, oh, yeah, but this doesn't cover it. We need $2,500 per owner. They tack that on, called special assessment. No say. That's what I'm worried about, because they're treating it like their own little thing that you're buying into. And they're probably going to have other Cruise on Lands in other locations as well. So it's almost like that guy said, it's a timeshare. That's what I'm worried about. Although Vistacana and all the rest could do the same thing, right? Your HOAs, we got special assessments. It happens. But I just don't want to put myself in a timeshare scenario with ownership that I actually are going to rent out and do things like that, where it's an actual place where people can live. That's what I'm worried about. I just don't want to keep it. I've seen this. Victor Marrero, he owns it Margaritaville. They come up with things like this. You're going to have to deal with it there at Cruise on Land, or probably in any of the projects. When your 5 to 7 years comes up from your furniture package that you purchase, you're going to have to re-up your furniture package to stay in the rental program. The furniture package when you first started out might be $20,000, $25,000. What's it going to be in 6, 7 years? It's probably going to be a lot more than that. So you're going to have to come out of pocket that number, which is not the fault of the HOA or anything like that. All I'm saying is you're going to be coming out of pocket for things anyhow. But I don't want to hear these guys saying, hey, your HOAs were $3 a square meter. Now they're $5. That's all I'm trying to say. I just don't. That's where I see Cruise on Land ultimately going. And if their situation turns out, remember, they're making an amusement park. That's a liability on one hand, but great on another. If they don't have people coming to that amusement park and they're running it at a, let's call it a deficit, where do you think they're going to get the money from if not enough people are coming? That's all. It just leaves too much loose ends for me. But it's still a sweet ass project though, because what they're building there isn't anything else like it in the DR. In fact, it could actually be, what's so funny is part of the challenge. One of the world's best residential real estate projects. That's the weirdest thing. So anyhow, I'm going to cross my fingers because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm like, I feel a certain way about this. Yes, Eric, they're in the same site. George's Charles, when you're saying the Bahia Principe. Okay, so that's what I have to find. All right, saturated meaning, here we go. Too many developers, too many condos, like all those Rock projects in the same location. I agree, nothing like Cruz and Lerma. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me give you guys some things to think about. All right. So let's go with something very simple. I'm going to go with the beach because we have some people here that own at the beach. So let me, while we're doing this, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find, in fact, let me go back. Let me use the simple project as the beach. I'm not going to use Vista Cana or none of the big megas. I'm going to use the beach. So when we go out to the beach, we have security. Let's just say the beach is finished. People live there. Here's the thing. How many people are going to rent? How many people are going to live there? We don't know. And if they have a spa and wellness center and a restaurant and whatever else, you're going to have people working. Let's just say in any given 24-hour period, including the rentals that people have, the maid service that has to come in, you could have 200 people working there, right? I don't know if that's going to be the number, but there's going to be some office personnel. There's going to be management personnel. There's going to be maintenance. And then there's going to be the arena. And then you're going to have people cleaning, house cleaning, and doing things like that. So you could easily have 100 to 200 people that works there. Some of those people are going to rent and live there. So you're going to have to start asking yourself, when they make the equestrian center at Vista Cana, when they make downtown even bigger, condo, hotels, shopping centers, and all that, where are these thousands of people going to live? Not everybody's going to be doing short-term rentals. You're going to have tens of thousands of people that need to live somewhere. So you're basically going to have to build somewhere between, in my estimation, 15,000 to 20,000 units just for the inhabitants to live and work there. Never mind vacation. So people that live there, they're not going to live in an all-inclusive location. That's out. So they're going to live, whether it's Punta Cana Village, whether it's Cocotel, whether it's any other place. So anyhow, let me get back over here. That's the way I look at it. You guys let me know what you guys think. Because we're talking about significant amount of people that's going to live in Punta Cana area, all the way up to Macau, all the way out to Cap Cana. And do you think people that work at Cap Cana is all going to live in Cap Cana? Hardly. Not going to happen. Everybody that works at Macau in that area at the hotels, all inclusive and things like that, where do you think they're going to live? There's thousands of people. So when you start doing the numbers, you start going, okay, how many units do we really need for people to live in with the projects that we build? Vista Cana is massive. Larimar is going to be massive. Cruise on Land is going to be massive. Connor Rock's massive. We don't know. In fact, that's maybe something I might start looking into, because that would be something good to know, right? Okay, let me go over back here to Playa Nueva Romana. Let's go look and see if we have a map. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, I'm way off, it looks like. Hold on a second. Oh, I wasn't even close. Hold on. It was on the other side. We were over here. This is over here. Off of the 3. Okay. No wonder. So it's by El Soco. All right, let's go look at this. Now we can go find out exactly where we need to be on the map, right? We're way off. So we're over at Campo de Casa. We are way over there. There's something I'm going to give somebody a surprise about because, well, actually, I'll just tell you guys. You know those prices that you saw at Casa de Campo? Do you know that at Cocatal, which only has a golf course and 2 or 3 pools and a clubhouse, that's all they have? Do you know they charge people $1,000 per night? And that's in Punta Cana. So I'm just letting you guys know. It's very interesting. All right, so we got to go over here. We're way off. We're way over here. Hold on a second. Let's see. We're in the next. I got to get out of this for a minute. Let's scroll this. There we go. We're over here. Here we go. Now we can get apples to apples. We're in this section somewhere. Well, it's not. I thought they had some places already built. That's weird. Oh, I'm off. Here we go. There you go. This is it. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is not crazy prices. This is like interesting. Okay, I don't know where this is. Let's see where this is. Home and then Nueva Romana. 3-bedroom, 159. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, guys, this is not over the top pricing. Not too pricey. Vacation home, La Romana. This is a home, 309. Interesting. I was expecting a little more. Not a little more. Okay. We're on the water, right? We were on the water. Here we go. That's $188 a night. That's not crazy. $250 a night. La Cana. That's not apartment La Cana. They're on the water too. Okay, this is all we got. 309. This is January 11th. 309 is the most expensive place. Huh. That's interesting. San Pedro. Okay, then I must not be there because it's on the water. Here we go, 468. San Pedro, no. Okay, where is this? We're lost. No, this is supposed to be around here somewhere. They already have condos and everything. They're not on Airbnb. That's maybe what it is. I'm shocked by these prices. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 6-bedroom, 6-sleeper. Those aren't really crazy prices. Now we're going to do this. We're going to go for this, right? This is interesting here. I never studied over there in that area that much. So now we're about to tonight. Let me know what you guys think about that interesting pricing there. But this is going to be interesting. We're going to go January the 11th through the 18th. We're going to go Oh, that 2-bedroom unit. Oh, this is interesting. Whoa, we need what? So they're not including the condos. Let's see. So where are those condos at? Junior suite, 2 full-size beds. Here we go. 110 a night. All inclusive. 122 a night. Junior suite. 123, 2,500. That's not bad. Hell, like I said, if this is all inclusive and we have 3 people, 2,300, 700 a person, 7 something. That's pretty good. I like it. 11th through the 18th, 3 people. That's not that expensive. Interesting. All right. Well, there's a little hidden spot. But then again, I'm just going to say this again. How many, what are the amenities over here, really, right? Not that much. But that's it by Principe. So I guess they're not incorporated with the interesting. All right, let's see what else we got to talk about regarding this. By Eons Playa Nuevo. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I didn't see them on their website. When I stayed at the Bahia Resort 2 years ago, they tried to sell me those villas, and they were very expressive. Yep. Typo. Too many projects, not priorities. Okay. What's the priorities mean, though? Actually, they have no choice. They have no choice. They have to put in, okay. So the object of the game that Dominican Republic has made a concerted effort to bring in tourism. That replaces the sugar. Sugar used to be number one for the money coming in. They realized finally they have all these beaches that are going untapped. So now not only do they get billions of dollars worth of money being spent in the DR on infrastructure, not only that, they have developers that have to build them. Then the developers are bringing outside international community to the country. So you have to understand America, Canada, Western Europe, those are the top places for consumerism, right? So that's what they're catering towards. Perfect. And remember, DR, Caribbean islands, some of those islands, are from European countries, rule at one point or another, and some are still attached. So again, you're bringing in all these tourists and expats. You're putting in infrastructure. You're getting billions into your economy. Meanwhile, remember, the Dominican Republican people earn something like 12 to 18,000 a year. They're going to be getting an increase in wages simply by the number of tourists that are coming in, plus all the services that needs to be done. So the cost of living is going to go up, unfortunately. But these guys on any given day are going to be leaving with $300, $400, $100, $200, $300 a day in tips or in their job, whatever they do, and whatever. People are going to be out there caddying, doing, all kinds of crazy. School lessons now. If you know Spanish, English, or some other languages, you can be a school teacher. I don't know how much they pay, but all I'm saying is the quality of life could increase if they do this right. So when somebody says too many projects, I don't believe it's too many projects. The only question I want to know is how many units are going to be built? That's the $1 million question. Once you know how many units are going to be built over the next 5 years, let's just say it's 100,000. That's reasonable, I believe. How many units are actually people are going to live in? Well, We don't know the answer yet, I don't believe. But let's just use common sense type things. 30 to 40% might live there or rent them long term. So you've already taken out, let's just say 50,000 units. So you have 50,000 units, let's just say. All right. Now, George's Charles, not a timeshare. It's my property. I own it. George's Charles, it's your property. Yes. You know what? When you go down and get a timeshare and you have a deeded week, you own that week, right? But here's the thing. When they tell you, Eric, the HOA fee is now going to be 5% more or 10% more, you have no say because they control the project, right? So you're going to, hey, it's 1,100 this year, 10% increase. When Diamond Resorts, all of a sudden they got bought out by, I can't remember the company. But anyhow, that company that bought Diamond Resorts was a predator company. So what they did was they bought Diamond, they increased their maintenance fees 20%. The people had no say. So it went from something like 19 cents a point if you own points. If you owned a week, it went from something like $1,200 for your week to like $1,800. This is the type of things. Now, this could happen with any place, but here's the thing. A timeshare actually runs all the infrastructure. Yes, you have people that rent. Yes, you have people coming in to pay. But my problem is they have a closed loop system, it seems, at Cruise on Land. We're going to be paying a minute. I don't own there. You're going to be paying a attractions fee. Nobody knows how much that attractions fee is really going to be. That's all I'm saying. It's an open thing. It's like Vistacana when they had a problem and they said, "Oh, we're going to do third parties and they're going to take care of our project for our, our restaurants, our sports complex." And all of a sudden, that's when I was like, "That's not cool." Because now I don't know how much increments you're going to charge me until we own there. Then you're going to tell me, Eric, okay, went up this much. So that's what I'm afraid of. Every project can do that. Every condominium project can do whatever they want if you're not on the board. But Cruise on Land, you're not going to be on the board for sure. That's all I'm trying to say. It just leaves things in a certain situation. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the project. It's going to be off the charts. Their amusement stuff they got going on, the casinos, everything they have for family, 4-bedroom units there. I mean, it's off the charts. Now, once they change their contracts, which I think they might, then we're going to be loving it. All right. So I'm just using the timeshare thing because the guy said it like last year, and I just thought it was funny. Yeah, it's not really a timeshare. But all I'm saying is they've set themselves up where they can control it. If Victor Marrero's still here, something that's very interesting is Margaritaville, they control their properties. And it would be very interesting to find out from him because Margaritaville has its own all-inclusive and bracelets and stuff. It'd be interesting to find out from him how much his HOAs went up over the last 4 or 5 years, 3-4 years. Because that would give you an idea because that's almost closed, but they own it. You don't have to be in the rental pool. So, and I don't think they have a plus or minus 10% either. And I don't think they had, well, I know they didn't have a inflation increase, but it'd be very interesting to find out how much his HOA went up over the last 3-4 years. And I don't know. I don't think they pay an amenities fee because when you bought the furniture package, all those people the guests get to use it, right? So I don't remember how Margaritaville's structured. But if you have to pay an amenities fee at Margaritaville, Victor Marrero's a perfect example. It's like an amusement park there. So he would get an idea. That would give you an idea on how things would go. Because that's not a timeshare considered a timeshare either. But I'm just saying. Yes, Arium did get Cruise. Yeah, he owns it Cruise. He owns it the same place as you do. He owns it Urbe Vista as well. He owns it I don't know. He doesn't own at Larimar. He owns at the beach too. He owns at Macau. Very smart, very wise investment there. Down below in the description, if you're interested in Dominican Republic real estate, look down below. There's some listings for properties, and you'll see the realtors that you should contact and tell them SSN Nation sent you. So then that way they'll know. Eric, SSN Nation, the fam, and they'll help you out. But yes, he's got Cruise, man. He's got the record. George, I already bought it. Cruise on Land. Exactly. I don't know which one he got. Cool. What did you get? I think. I think. Yeah, he did get it. I don't know what unit he got either. Like 500 square meters and up. 500 square meters and up. I don't know. Oh, are you talking about it? The Playa. Only bad thing is the amenities are not included. Exactly. You get discount. Only thing included is Beach Club. Exactly. But was the Beach Club the consumption fee like they have at Conarock for guests? And that's the other thing. Can guests go to the Beach Club? But again, and so now we already looked, and you probably showed this message beforehand. We already looked, and we saw that the rentals aren't really that high over there in that area. We didn't find any at the Playa Nueva, which is why that was very interesting. There should have been, they have units there. Okay, so they showed the renderings. You were actually there, Georges Charles. Does somebody live at those condos? I mean, or those townhouses? Do people live there? Maybe people don't live there. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe they don't live at those let me go look at something. I'm going to do it another way. Because maybe I can put it in directly, Playa Nueva Romana. Maybe we can do it that way. And then we'll find out. Because I have priorities. That's what I want to know. What's the priorities? You know, they have a downtown plan. So their priorities for that, they know where they're building things. So I don't know what they mean by priorities, because that's a very interesting statement that somebody would say priorities. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, we're talking about Dominican Republic. We're talking about no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry to get pre-construction. Oh, they have it. Here we go. 328. Here we go. This is that villa. This is the villa. This is that one that starts from 496,000. I think that's what they were, right? Yes, this looks like them. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. They're calling this San Pedro. Oh, we were in the right place. Look at this, 86 reviews. That means there's more than 86 guests. And no wonder. 180 a night. Yes, he's renting this out for sure. He's renting this out for sure. All right, let's go look at something. All right, we're going to have a few people here. We're going to go, it's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 baths. So that is this $500,000 one. It probably cost less than that before. So I don't know how much it was before. Okay, so since we're doing January 11th to the 18th, let's go look. Let's go see what we got. Let's see what, oh, wait, what? Oh my God. No wonder he's charging. No wonder he's getting lots of rentals. He's only charging, wow, a discount, $1,400 for the week, including the Airbnb fee, the cleaning fee. Wow. Oh, they use Klarna now? I didn't know that. That's a payment plan. Does Klarna have stock? It's time to get some Klarna. That's interesting. Okay. This is very, very interesting. He's on the golf course. Wait, he can't be on the golf course too. Interesting. Well, let me know if I'm right, Georges Charles. I believe this was from one of your videos. This is one of the pictures, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it says golf. He's got a pool. Very nice. Nice. I mean, what can you say, ladies and gentlemen? This is very nice. Yes, it looks like a golf course in the back. Looks like there's something back there. I can't really tell if that's a golf course or not. He might be. Well, hell. Very nice. Oh, this almost looks like George's Villas with the deck out back for the one main, another bedroom over here. This is 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. No outdoor shower, but nonetheless, very nicely done. Clearly, very nicely done. Okay. This is shocking, quite shocking. I don't know if he's on the golf course or not, but it doesn't matter that much. You got to pay to go to the golf course anyhow, whether you're on it or not. Maybe through the trees they are on it, but he's not showing the golf course. Very nice home. I'm just going to scroll through this. This is the Romana Beach. Nice, actually. Man, children's play area. Children's play area. This looks like a clubhouse. Yep, beach club. There's a tennis court. I think there's 2 of them, right? Oh, there's a basketball court. And golf nearby. Golf club. Okay. Interesting. We found, oh, doggone it, you guys. It gave me a new page. So you guys didn't even see it. Golly, I'm talking about it. No wonder you guys are probably like, I can't see it, Eric. Can't see it. All right. So that's it. Only bad thing, amenity. Yeah, amenities not included. Okay, man. Look. Primavera Luxury. Soccer field, basketball court, children's playground area, man-made beach, but they have the real beach. And you paid half the price. Ariam Kaye killing it. Let's see. Oh, wait, did I miss it? Hold on a second. Did I miss it? Hold on. I have a unit in Cruise on Land at the pool, fully furnished in building 1. Okay, Ariam Kaye, did you get the studio? 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom. So you have pool view? Nice. Beautiful. That's what he's saying. You're killing it. Yes, he's got the record. 5. George, Urbe Vista send me pictures. They are breaking ground on that project. Love Urbe Vista. Yeah, I love it too. Ariam, what about Larimar? No, he didn't purchase at Larimar. I think he purchased at the beach, though. No, I did not purchase at Larimar. Yeah. It's once you do cruise or once you do. All right. No, I did not purchase it. Larimar. Okay, why isn't this coming up? Okay, it's not liking that. Okay, here we go. We have some more info. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Eric, I was told when you purchase one of the villas, you get access to the resort amenities at Bahia Resort. Not sure if that's still true. I don't know what amenities. Okay, so here's the amenities that we know about. We saw basketball court, or I saw basketball court. You guys didn't. We saw, let me scroll back. That was 33 while I was talking. That's the golf clubhouse. Here's the basketball court, but wait, that's a soccer inside too. So this is a sports court because they have soccer goalies inside. I'm not mad at them. Riviera Castagna has a sports court as well, so I'm not mad at them, but I am mad at them. Why didn't they have an extra soccer field? Come on now. You guys had room. All right, here is the tennis court. Maybe more than one, hopefully. Georges Charles will tell us. Here's the clubhouse they're saying. Beach club, rather. And this is the little children's playground area, which is okay. That's not saying much. I would expect a little bit more than this, but all right. I'm not impressed. This beach is pretty cool. I like this beach area right here. It's real cool. Here's the house, main entrance. Very, very nice. And again, the beach is nice. What can you say, right? This is the guy's unit. This is a backyard with the pool. Now, we don't know how much he spent for this, but these are like $496,000 and up right now. Nor do we know the size. But what is shocking is January 11th through the 18th, the price. That's shocking. Now, George's Charles, you'll tell us this. I think you sent me a video. You drove by this type of style place. So you drove right by it. There's still lots there, ladies and gentlemen. So just so you know, the pool is nice, but it's nice. Bedroom's nice. I mean, everything's nice. The unit's nice. It's beautiful. What can you say, right? For $350, and Jaway J went there. Jaway J, when's the last time you went there, and how much were the units, if you remember? Yeah, very nice. I mean, I'm trying to see here. I don't see a barbecue grill out there. What's happening? All right, terrace. Here goes a bedroom. I won't critique the I won't critique the unit. I like how he has these nice chairs here. Beautiful. They have limited space for storage. And is that the back door or front door? It's got to be, that's the back door. We already saw the front door. Here's the front door. So the kitchen, I don't know where that kitchen is, but it's all right. Living room, nice. I mean, it's just nice. But here's the kicker. Here's the shocker. This is the shocker right here, ladies and gentlemen, that you saw. Oh, you still don't see it. I'm on the wrong screen again. I'm talking. I am on the wrong screen. Okay, here we go. Sports court. You guys are probably like, man, he said this 3 times. Tennis court. Ramana Beach Club. This kids play area, unimpressive. Beach, impressive. Sorry, we're going to go over it one more time because I missed you guys. I messed up and put it on the wrong screen again. All right, so I'll skip through. This is the guy's beach. I can't tell if this is the golf course on the other side in any of the pictures. I can't tell. See, we can't tell. It kind of should be, but who's to say? Beautiful beach for sure. Beautiful inlet for sure. That is awesome. This right here, you know why they're getting a lot of reviews. He's rented it, I believe, 86 times. He's got 86 reviews, and he probably rented more than that. But you guys are going to find out why. Because a person that wants to stay in this area, I don't think they're going to have a problem paying this during prime time. And this is what I was saying. You got it. I mean, it's nice, right? Very well. I mean, it's nice. Not over the top, comfortable, nice. I mean, I don't have any other words for it. I mean, he didn't go with a cheapy dining room set like I told you guys. Didn't go with the plastic crap. He went with glass, but that's his choice. But the chairs, they don't look like the cheapy ones, nor do these look like cheapy ones, nor does this sofa. It's appropriate, comfortable. Loungers out back, no barbecue grill. Pool, cool. Right? And again, these are the chairs for outdoors, so nice. Can't be upset about that. Bedrooms, simple design. We can critique that on another day, not tonight. All right. Now let's go look and see what we got here. That's it. So now, George's Charles, let me know if you went by this neighborhood. I'm pretty sure you did. Right? You went by the neighborhood. Now, here's what I'm shocked by. This right here, $162 during prime time. $1,420 for the week, $200 per night. And that's only because he charges $180 per night but the cleaning fee and the Airbnb fee is $286. So he's getting $1,260 less 3%, which I'm not mad at him, because if he does that and rents it out like 2 times a month, that's already $2,500. So I can't be mad at him. And if he gets like 3 weeks rented, 21, now he's got, I mean, 3,400. So that's not bad. I'm just shocked by this price. I am really shocked. They're calling this San Pedro, or he's calling it that. So let me get back out of here. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is impressive, but I mean, not really impressive is what I'm trying to say. I'm not impressed by the 120 per night for this villa. So as George, because I'm lost in translation. Let me know what they meant by priorities. That's what, because their priority is tourism, and as far as I know, all over the island. Yahweh J, Eric, okay. Because I really want to know what they meant. Because see, all information is good information. Because maybe they're right about whatever the priorities they're talking about. So that would be awesome. All right, let's get out of this. James Way's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Says he's got the notification as well. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to your name. Hello, folks. Got the notification. That's 5 people tonight. We started off with a bang, then we didn't. All right, Yahweh J, I meant expensive. I also just sent you the new lake condos that's coming there as well. Lake condos? Okay. What do you mean? Where? Do you mean in Playa Nueva Romana? Is that what you mean? Okay, I didn't get anything. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go check junk mail just in case. Nothing. Haven't received it yet. Oh, if it's over 25 megabytes, then we're out of luck. Okay, here we go. We get some clarification. This gives us a playbook on how things could go. HOA started at $375 per month in 2018, and now it's $390. Beautiful. So it's $15 increase in 5 years. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. All right. Well, then there we have it. Maybe Cruise on Land will be the same way because they have something similar, right? You have all these attractions and things that people can go do on the premises. So you have money coming in so that can keep maintenance HOAs down. So we have the first phase, which we already knew that about Cruise on Land. We know that about Larimar. We know that now about Vista Cana. They're going to all be able to keep their should be able to keep their HOAs down because they have amenities that people off the street are coming in and bringing in those almighty dollars. So that's beautiful. So that's great news. Beautiful. Yes, it's on the golf course. Yep. So that was on the golf course. So there you go, which is very interesting. If that's on the golf course and you can get peekaboo views, it's very interesting that was only $180 a night is what he's charging during prime time in January. Okay, I will be fair. Oh, damn, I can't get back. Doggone it. I will be fair. What I will do is this, just so we'll get into the heart. Multiple tennis courts. Okay, they got 2. That's cool. They got 2 tennis courts, a basketball courts, which can be turned into a sports court. So we saw the soccer. And then he says there's a casino. Is that at the Bahia Principe, or I'm assuming, right? So their share some 2 years ago they were selling for $325, but there was no payment plan offered. Yes, now they have payment plan. In fact, don't they have in-house financing now? So you actually had to buy outright. Now they have a payment plan now of some sort. So $496. So it has not dubbed. Well, actually, we don't know how much they are. Maybe Charles knows how much they are. Maybe. Eric, I can have the realtor come do a presentation on La Romana. I'll let you know on that. The only reason I say that is because once I do more research and I see Airbnb, I'm kind of like 180 a night is pretty low. You can get 180 a night right now in Primavera. I mean, seriously. Now, I'm going to go back just to be fair. I'm going to go back. We're going to go in here and hopefully I can get over here. We're going to go look at different dates. So I'm going to go into February and I'm going to go again Thursday to Thursday, 7 nights, 6.5 nights is what's generally rented. Okay, February is still $1,260. I mean, $1,420 for a week. Huh. That's shocking. And if somebody says, okay, Eric, they don't show, wait. Hold on a second. All of February is booked. That's interesting. It just got booked. I just looked at, so he is actually renting this for $1,260. He's getting 45 G's less 3%. That's not bad. And apparently he probably bought in that 3 something range. So he's probably happy. 60 G's a year, 20% potentially on his money at this price point. And yes, he's going to have a lot of people renting for 160, 1,400 for a week. I have to agree. And they don't even have hardly any amenities or anything. This is crazy. This is beautiful. I love seeing this. This is good. This is good. Eric, you get access to all-inclusive resorts already. They're Bahia, La Romana, and Bahia Bougainville. No, you don't, apparently. George's Charles was just there. He said that you have to pay for the amenities now. Unless you mean, no, I don't know what you mean. Because all-inclusive, if you get use of their other locations, you can't just walk in and not pay, right? Is that what you mean? Let me know what you mean. I don't follow. My brain says all-inclusive. So I don't think you can leave La Romana, or I don't even think you can go to Bahia Principe and use their well, I don't even know what all-inclusives they have. They don't have anything, as far as I can tell. At least at La Romana. They're not going to let you play golf all-inclusive. They're not going to let you eat if they have. No, in fact, at Bahia, you have to pay extra for all-inclusives. If you stay there, when I rent using their website, it said $65 or $75 per night extra on top of the $800 per night. Something like that. All right, let's see. All right, Paul Castillo, the man that always brings some information. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, the Dominican Republic edition now, after we got our credit. And oh, by the way, I forgot about the credit. No credit check, no qualifying for pre-construction projects, no matter if you're in Miami, Philippines, Thailand, it doesn't matter. The other thing, credit, smart credit, ladies and gentlemen, use their service. Why? Because they give you all 3 credit reports. They also give you your hiring index. They also give you your insurance index. So that way you'll know for all of those what you should be able to do. They also give you the other index for auto purchases, your FICO score. They also help you if you have a little dispute with your creditor. They have already letters in the back office that you can actually send in to your, not to the credit bureau. It's going to your creditor. All right. Now let's get into this. Hey, Eric, I heard Cruise on Land is with Chase Bank. Does that mean if I buy a unit, I could finance and make payments from Florida? I don't have to use a DR bank. I don't know. I don't own it, Cruise. A lot of times they use intermediary banks. So that sometimes doesn't mean you can just put money at Chase Bank. So unfortunate. I don't know how to answer that, quite frankly. maybe if the guys come on, we can ask them. So George's Charles can spearhead that one, because every time I try to ask them, they say they will come on, but then I try to schedule a date and they never have come on in the past. So we'll see if they come on now. Because again, we got to go over those 4 bones of contention that I have. I want to see if they change things, if they have some sort of different way of doing it. We'll see. Because otherwise, like I said, they'd be number 1 straight up once again if they change their contract. We can live with increase of whatever, 10%, 15, that's standard. But, all the rest of the shenanigans, I don't know. All right, I've said enough about that. Don't have to use DR. Somebody else might know. I don't know. In fact, out of all the projects, they have intermediaries. And as far as I know, only Novell properties are like different. They're the only ones that allow you to actually pay online and use your card or debit or credit cards and all this crazy stuff that's cool, right? They're the only ones I know of. They might be the only ones that allow you to pay at a bank in the United States. There's another, I don't remember the developer. They actually let you pay through the bank too. There's 2 developers, I think, that are on the island, and I don't know if they're one of them. So I can't answer that, Paul Castillo. But let's say for now, let's just say no until you get further information from Cruise on Land. Because basically, if you're going to buy at Cruise on Land, or even considering buying, you can call them or not, WhatsApp them or whoever you're dealing with, and you can just tell them to send you over who do you send payments to. And then it'll tell you if you can send it. If you're in USA, you can send it to a bank. Then it'll tell you. But if it's an intermediary, a lot of them have the intermediary. But ultimate destination goes to the DR. So I don't know about Conarock either. Maybe Victor Morell's still here. He can chime in if his payments were sent to a bank in the U.S. or if it was sent to the DR. So I don't know about Conarock, though. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. No more comments. If anybody has anything else they want to comment about, please let me know now. If you're not going to comment, make sure you smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Now, remember I was talking about Smart Credit? Down below in the description box, Smart Credit link is there. And other credit like Tomo Credit, where you can actually go see how much you can get credit for. They came out about 1.5 years ago, and they're still operating. So that's Tomo Credit that can help build your credit. No hard inquiry unless they've changed it. But go check that out. And you might see some other credit help if you're into credit. But buying real estate with no credit check, no qualifying up front, and then having to qualify later or pay cash for the 60% or 50% you owe, that's a great position, especially when your property value has increased. All right, George's Charles may not be here because I was asking him, trying to get the priorities, what they meant by priorities, because whenever somebody is critical, I want to know what they mean, because I want to add that into the equation, because they may be right about whatever the priorities that they're not handling. They could be correct about that. All right, just so everybody knows, this was out at La Romana that you saw on the screen. That was at Playa Nueva Romano area. And seeing that a villa out there, that the guy is getting a hell of a lot of rentals. He has like his February booked at that price point, 180. He's doing the damn thing. I can't be mad at him. I find it very fascinating that, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do 2 things. I wanted to go to Punta Cana because we went over some things. I wanted to go to Punta Cana. And I want to put in, I'm going to put in the same January 11th through the 18th. We're going to put in 6 guests. Okay, Punta Cana, January. Now remember that villa, and hey, you guys know where to stay. You stay at that place. If it's $200 a night, that is pretty sweet. And you have a beach club, and you can walk right to the beach. That's pretty sweet. Although the amenities, basketball court, tennis, that's what you got. Now, look at this. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting, right? Look at these prices here. Look at these prices here. 195. That's Coral. Okay, this is El Cordecito Los Corrales area. And even there, like 211. Dream Beach home, 30 seconds from beach. Okay. Here's a condo, 146. Penthouse. Decent prices. But that's not what I want to get into. What I want to get into is this. Cocatal. So here's Cocatal. These aren't 1,000 like they were last year. These are 550, 494. Interesting. 465. These are all like villas. They're kind of nice. 5 bedrooms. 494, 825. They have a, oh, here we go. 1,600. That's going to be mega mansion probably. 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. So here, 290. 3 bedrooms, nice little villa. So here we are, 550. So we have there's an 800 up here too. We got a big range. My point I was trying to make was very interesting that you can charge this much at Cocatal, which also you can charge about this much at Casa de Campo, and clearly you can charge this much presently at Playa Nuevo. They have a lot of build out to do, I'm sure. But I find it very interesting because they are surrounded by a golf course and they do have a couple of pools, but it's not like you can walk to the beach. And then they do have the all-inclusives here. Now, I don't know what this is though. 80 a night. 180 a night. Varies. 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 147. Interesting. Now, I'm going to go over here to Primavera. Here they are, 150, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath generally. But wait a minute, there's nothing available. What's happening? There's no Primaveras. Okay, let's see what this is. Can't tell. Can't tell where this is. They're not showing outside nor amenities. So wait, hold on. Primavera. Okay, 133. 121. Don't know. Can't tell where this is. It says a townhouse. That's not Primavera. Guys, this looks like Primavera 154, 159, 163. But see, these all cost 125, 140,000 or less over here at Primavera 2. These 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath house. So again, we're going by the 1%er. Casa Bahia. Don't know where this is. All right. So there you go. And downtown, we still don't know. Oh, wait. Somebody's renting. Somebody's renting. Somebody's renting. This is this the beach? This is the beach. We have our first rental on the beach, ladies and gentlemen. $182 per night. It looks like a bottom level with a jacuzzi. They have an interesting, this is very exciting for all of you who own at the beach, who's here tonight. We have our first entry for rental. I find this interesting. They have no amenities. I don't even know if you can swim in the lagoon yet. This is very interesting. They're calling it a part hotel with jacuzzi by a lake. Oh, that's a jacuzzi. I didn't realize that. Okay. 2 bedrooms. So the second bedroom has 2 baths. Interesting. Brand new. This is interesting. Furry friends welcome. That's interesting. 182 per night. I don't know how he's going to do this. Hot tub. Okay. He says 7 amenities. What are we talking about here? There's no amenities. I don't even think that what's happening here. Okay. I don't know what he means. All right. Okay. He's charging more than the guy. Well, he's got a special offer too. It cost almost the same as staying at the place, the villa at La Romana. Very interesting. Okay. I wasn't going to do this on the other one, but I'm going to do this on this one. We're going to go with a critique. Okay. First of all, I don't think you can swim in the lagoon yet. So I don't know why. Well, maybe by January you can. I think yes, because later this month or next month, you're supposed to be able to swim in it. All right. Let's see. Okay, he's got a nice little, what is that? Was that by design or did he put in some sort of cover? Very nice either way. Oh, it is a cover. Yes, it's a cover. Interesting. Is that a jacuzzi or jacuzzi? I don't know. It's going to need a heater. Yes, he did put a cover over. That's interesting. Very, very cool. All right. We can live with that. All right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. He's got up a beehive in the kitchen. All right. That's very, very interesting. Alligators or something on the wall. Fish, alligators on the wall. That's also interesting. He's got a dining room table with decent enough chairs. He did not get the furniture package. That's for sure. All right. Cabinetry is white. That's interesting. Huh. They should have matched the... Wow, that's interesting. All right, hold on. I don't have you guys on. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Victor Marrero is still with us tonight. He says this: Connor Rock has a USA bank, Banesco USA. So we sent all our payments via bank transfer from our Navy account to Banesco USA Bank. Never had issues. So they used I've never heard of that bank, but Victor Marrero dropping in little gems. Navy Federal traditionally charges less for their bank wires. But Victor Marrero, you're still saying you had to do a bank wire, or yeah, you still had to do a bank wire though, right? Or were you able to use, well, it doesn't really matter what you use, or could you use Zelle? Because Navy Federal has Zelle. So let me know. Otherwise, you would have to bank wire. So whether you bank wire in the USA costs less than bank wiring internationally, that's for sure. So you could be $15 to $25 instead of $40, $45, right? So that's good. Thanks for that information, Victor Marrero. Paul, as long that the developer and Cruise on Land hold a bank account with Chase, you can make payment in the U.S. I bought in Macau Hills, and that developer holds an account with Chase, and yes, I can do that. Well, there we go. Thank you, Ariam Kaye. So now we know Macau Hills allows you to make payments with Chase. And then he's saying more than likely Cruise, if they're holding an account with Chase, you can do the same thing. Cool. That's a winner. Very nice. That Victor Aram. Thanks, guys, for the info. There you go. You never know when you can get some help around here. There's all kind of people that know the information. All right. So let me get back to this thing at hand that you guys didn't see on screen. This is a guy that has a unit for rent on the beach. Check this out. This is his picture. Again, this lagoon, I put in January 11th through the 18th. The lagoon will be ready by then, allegedly. It should have been ready already. Here is a bar. I don't know if it's going to be a snack bar and restaurant or what it's actually going to be, but that's here. They usually have a few loungers here. There's a man. This is a man-made beach around it. Over here is going to be a, well, Palmaris. I think they're still going to have a pool here, but you have one big pool right here. All right, so I don't know if that's going to matter that much. And then this is the overhang. I don't know if they actually put this on all of the units or just this unit, but that's kind of cool. But it looks kind of like paper. If I don't know how effective this is going to be with high winds. That's interesting. This right here, I don't know if these are jacuzzis or if these are actual really jacuzzis that heat up, but that'll be interesting. And again, he's got this outdoor furniture that's interesting. And again, I started doing the critique of this unit, and I don't, the animals on the wall, okay, but again, everybody, pictures showing Punta Cana area, the beaches, even the Coco Bongo, nightlife, some pictures showing the surrounding areas, the Blue Hole at Cap Cana, for instance. I mean, golf courses are even, and they're not that expensive. But here's what's weird. The cabinets are white. That's interesting. The cabinets are white. Not the same as the door and below the countertop where the kitchen is. That's strange. Okay, this is not the furniture package. Again, I'm not a fan of these type, even though it does have a little beachy scene. Not the fan of the breakup. Just get one big, huge picture. It shows the area. Hell, they could even show the beach itself out front. A nice picture or a rendering. This here is interesting. Not a fan of the sheets, nor a fan of the makeup. Looks like he's got rugs around three sides. Can't say anything not bad about that. I mean, at least he's got rugs out. Very good. Bathroom. Nice. Master, no doubt. Well, let's see how nice it is, really. Make sure you have nice towels, ladies and gentlemen, since we're doing a little critique. This looks like the same bedroom. Okay, closet, nice. Okay, holds a king-size bed, perfect. Here's the second room. He has two twins and use that backstop as well. I'm not mad at him about that. There seemed to be some sort of chair or something on the left, so I don't know. Let's see if he shows us anything else. Okay, here's a little room. They have the laundry, stacked washer and dryer for the condo. Okay. And here's the second bathroom. Once again, make sure you have very, very nice towels. And I noticed one thing about the bathroom, which is interesting. I never noticed before. Where are people going to put there's a drawer down here. Places, I don't know, toothpaste, hair dryer, little shampoos and stuff, I guess, can stay there. That's very interesting. Not good pictures, by the way. Could have added a few more. These are not good pictures. Whatever's going on. He should have taken a picture from the dining room. The kitchen all the way through. Because what he doesn't show in this picture is something very interesting. He doesn't show a sofa. There appears to be one in this picture in the background. Is that a sofa? I can't really tell, but he doesn't show a sofa, which is weird. Here we go. There's a sofa over here. But he should have taken a picture from the front door all the way through. I'm not a fan of where this is situated either, but hey, he started. Give the man some credit, and he's taking a high risk. Because what could end up happening when people stay here, they're going to possibly report, if he has this for rent, people is going to report that, hey, I can't use that lagoon that you see in the picture. There's no amenities here. I have to walk downtown. There's no shuttle. There's nothing here. No amenities whatsoever. So that would be very, very interesting. Let me know what you guys think about this. All right, we're going to wrap this up. We talked about this Playa Nueva Romano. Paul Castillo came in late, gave us some information, asked some information. Ariam Calle, Victor Morero, thank you so much for chiming in, letting them know that if you have a bank in the U.S. intermediary, they can make payments that way. That's great news. But none of the places I ever was going to purchase ever had that. I wish they did. That would save like $30, $40 whenever you send it via wire, and a lot of headaches as well, being like, hey man, you guys got it right. So all kind of different things. All right, let's wrap this up. Now, down below in the description box, we've been talking about Dominican Republic. If you are interested in Dominican Republic, we have some awesome projects for you. Down below in the description box, there are several that are reasonably priced right now when we talk about condos and villas, because things that now cost 180 to 200,000 used to be around 100,000, 120, 125,000, 130. Villas that you used to be able to buy for like 140, 120, they're now like 190, 200, 220. All right. So prices are starting to escalate, but they are still priced right for it to make sense if you plan on living there or if you plan on renting it out, because you should be shooting for that 1% at least. So if you buy something for 200,000, you want to try to rent it out for 200 a night. That doesn't mean you can. I'm just saying that's why you can't just go buy any old condo or villa and just say I bought a villa and a condo and expect to get your 1%. That's why there's other considerations. How close to downtown, how close to the beach, how many amenities are there besides a pool and a fitness room, right? Is there basketball courts? Is there soccer fields? Is there playground areas for the kids? Is there multiple pools on property, right? Because still amazing to me is Primaveral 2, where people could get 3-bedroom, 2 baths at one time, 80,000, another time 100,000, another time 125, and I believe they're around 140 now. All those people who bought years ago that bought for 80, 100, 125, they can get 80, 100, and 125 per night. Some people are charging 150 a night, and they didn't buy theirs for 150. I know the guy that's doing his for 150, has a pool in the backyard, gazebo, barbecue grill he added, bought it for 100,000. He's renting for 150, and he's getting it. He has several reviews over the last year, year and a half. He was one of the first people, quite frankly. Before they had 3 pools, before they had the basketball court, he was still charging 125 to 175, depending on what time of year. So that's pretty cool. So you guys can look forward to this. Waiting later puts you in a, well, maybe not a disadvantage, but if things are going to be 300,000 and 400,000, which you could have bought for 140, like Ariam Calle, who bought at Bliss Trails, 150, 160 for his villa townhome. I think it's a villa, and it's 375 now. I'm just saying, missing out on all this equity is no fun. When somebody tells you I bought something for 150,000 and now they're selling it for 375. I bought something for 200,000, 231,000. Now they're selling it for 400,000. Missing out on all that equity because you're sitting there saying, well, let me think about it another year. So down below in the description, you have information. Use it, please. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we have to stay focused. Earn better returns in the stock market? Yes. Run from the banks. Don't leave your money in the banks. Put it in assets that grows your money. We're not going to be able to beat inflation in the long run. So that means we have to buy things that go up in value, higher than inflation. One of those things could be real estate. The other thing is real estate gives you, and dividend stock give you money coming in every month. So once you gave your money out, you might get appreciation on your stock or appreciation on your home. You rent it out. Now you get to stay with the inflation, just like what's happening now. If somebody came to you 5 years ago and said, hey, man, people are going to be renting 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments at $1,800 and $2,500, you'd have said, what are you smoking? That'll never happen. And sure enough, because of unseen circumstances, that's how much people are paying for their little apartments, luxury apartments or otherwise. Somebody said, hey, homes were going to be $500,000, $600,000 when the average was $200,000 3 years from now. You just said, how's that possible? No, you would not agree with that. You would have said, no way. If somebody would have told you 3-4 years ago that people were going to be overpaying for homes, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $150,000, you just said, have you lost your mind? Why would they do that? But it happened. And everybody's real estate taxes went up with it. All right. So all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, you never know what's going to happen, but holding an asset, that means that you get to dictate, hey, it cost me an additional 20% this year. That means I can raise my rent 20%, right? Or charge more for my short-term rental by 20%. So I at least still get to make my same profit. So keep all of that in mind. And if you had your dividend stocks that we talk about every Monday, then you would be sitting there going, hey, man, it doesn't really matter. I'm earning 15% on my money and it's churning for me for the last 3, 4, 5 years. So we're all good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about. Please join us on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where it's members only that can be in the chat room. Those with icons like Victor Marrero, having an icon next to his name. That's the only way you can be in the chat room on Wednesday. Everybody can watch on Wednesday night. And with all that said, just make sure you're staying out of trouble out here. You keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.